That's the casting onto the internet noise.
The internet can totally see you now.
Oh my god.
You are live.
Totally live.
Guess I should tweet.
Totally should tweet.
If you say, "Hey guys, it's your boy," 3 times into a mirror, a YouTuber
Oh, good.
show up.
YouTube moved where the chat stuff is again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like now it's like below. Or no, maybe it's just 'cause I got this scooted over so much.
Yeah, you just got the scoots.
I got the scoots.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Shit.
Boot scoot. and
How'd you
boogie.
get the scoots?
My dog keeps getting that.
Man, you should scratch that dog's ass.
You need to express its anal glands.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. That dog expresses them frequently.
Express yourself?
Usually in fucking bed. That's the best one.
That's right. Express my anal.
It's what Fiber One is for.
Yeah. All right, I should tweet.
Yeah. I'm waiting on that tweet.
All right. There it is.
Sweet tweet.
Uh-huh.
Sweet tweet. Sweet tweet.
That tweet is pretty sweet.
I didn't even read it. I just blindly retweet that. The least amount of time I can spend on Twitter is the best amount of time.
You're not wrong.
I just go on there and go, blip, blip, okay, bye.
Yeah, I kind of drive by these days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have notifications off, so then I'll check it again, and it's like got a whole bunch of notifications on whatever I posted.
I've just learned when I go to the movies on like day one and I see something, I should probably check it on Friday just to see how anti the public zeitgeist opinion I am. So everyone's like, that was the worst thing ever. I can't believe they did this. I was like, I don't know, I liked it. Whatever, man. Fucking whiny little babies.
Yeah, you said it.
Did I make the thing too small? Should it be a little larger?
Dude, I
This
don't
thing?
know. What thing?
The I moved the Chiron thing, the lower third thing.
Oh, ooh. Can barely see it there.
I know. Well, that's kind of the idea. So it's
Pretty
not
transparent.
covering anybody's. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't change the. Yeah, I gotta change the opacity. I know words and stuff. Just crank that up so you can see it. Blam.
There it is. There. Nice. Nice.
I just have to remember to do that the second half one when it comes up. Or I'll do it now. Fuck it, I'll do it live.
Yeah, fuck it.
All right. So, how's everybody's weekends?
Yeah, pretty good.
Just kidding, I don't care.
I liked it
Fuck you.
because it was a long weekend. If you must know.
Yeah? It was a good weekend. Do you remember all the things?
Hmm?
Did you remember all the things?
Oh, what things?
I don't know. Whatever you're supposed to remember on
Memory Day.
Memorial Day.
Memorable
Oh.
Day.
I remembered the troops.
Good job.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
I celebrated the troops by filling up my gas tank.
God bless you.
I honor what they fight for.
Yes.
I remembered the troops and forgot about Dre.
No.
Oh, dear.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. It's just a bunch of gibberish. Motherfuckers act like they forgot about the troops.
Oh.
Don't forget about the troops.
Don't forget about
When you
Got
see a
something to
hero suck his dick
Wait, what? Oh.
in the airport.
I thought you were saying when I see a hero suck his dick.
Yeah.
I guess that would be it. I mean, that guy would be my hero, yeah.
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 You're not wrong.
Cirque du Felicio.
Or like Cirque du Dick, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cirque my dick.
Cirque dirt new dick.
Dirt to dirt.
Yeah. It just devolves into mouth noises as it usually does around
sure
here.
does.
Man. Richard Lynch's filmography is just...
Burn victim 1.
Yeah.
Burn
Straight
victim
fire.
1. Burn victim 1.
It is like the most random fucking thing ever. It's amazing.
Yeah, but he worked.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like... I like it sorted by popularity on Letterboxd because it's just like it's like random number generator, but for movies.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just my skewed way of looking at things. But I'm like, what would top Invasion USA? Like,
Oh, there are 5 movies ahead of Invasion USA on here.
okay,
The Rob Zombie Halloween, Lords of Salem, Gene Hackman and Al Pacino in Scarecrow,
yeah, okay.
The Ninth Configuration, and God Told Me To.
Nope, none of those are above Invasion USA.
I agree.
I can vouch for that.
This is just ranked by popularity,
Well, fuck
which
popularity.
according to Letterboxd means the ones the most people have seen.
Watch better movies, people.
I know, right? I mean, you keep going, you get to Barbarians.
I
That's
have
like
seen
number 15.
thousands
on this list.
of movies.
Speaking of,
this,
You got to keep going another page before you get to Lombada, The Forbidden Dance.
Oh, the Forbidden Dance.
Yes.
we've all seen
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah, because he was in. I never knew he was in L.A. Mbada.
we should have done
Yeah.
L.A. Mbada.
yes, for LA week.
We've all seen what?
The canon
The thing that was going on, going around Twitter with the, like, mark these of the 100 films you've seen thing.
I want to know what that's from.
I don't know where,
Wait,
yeah.
The person who posted it said it's from some kind of self-help feng shui bullshit book. It's not
Really?
like
Oh.
any kind of film. It's like
Yeah.
some self-help better your life.
Just a random person who I like these movies.
Yeah.
I wanted to Photoshop it so bad, but I don't have the time to do that sort of thing anymore. But I wanted to make one that was just like complete bullshit.
I totally didn't. I have no context for what you're talking about.
That one, that list was about 60% bullshit, so it wouldn't have taken
Yeah.
that much work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And, like I wanted it to be kind of like sort of a little bit, but then all of a sudden just devolve into like that one with the dinosaurs. You know,
I mean,
It was
what-
a-
it
Like,
was
give me
it was
an
one of those
example.
100 movies to watch before you die.
But it was
list.
like was shit like Hitch on there.
No, but like Shooter,
about.
Oh.
like Marky Mark, Shooter, was
Despicable
on
Me.
there. I mean, there was a lot of just like and like you said, which one was it?
Oh,
it was Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
but not like Goodfellas isn't on there.
Goodfellas and Casino not on the list.
Well-
Shutter Island.
And then
Totally watch Shutter
one
Island.
of the entries was the Lord of the Rings movies.
Right. Which
This I don't look at things like even if that did come across, I would probably immediately ignore it because
Well, it was just this fascinating thing that was like, what?
well, it started as a simple like people were just like I've seen 45 of these and then like
And then
you
people
start
started
reading it.
looking at
and
it.
then I
Yeah.
looked at it and I was like, wait, hold on. The fuck is this?
I want to say Back to the Future wasn't on it.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, like there's a lot of movies that's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think Casablanca was on there.
Oh no,
No,
nothing
no.
old. Was
The
on
only
there.
old thing on there was Psycho.
12
if I
Angry
remember
Men
right.
was on there.
12 Angry
And
Men.
Rear Window might have been on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's one of those like,
You did say 12 Angry Men. Is
Yeah.
that what I heard? Okay, I was just making
was
sure.
there even a Spielberg on it?
Yeah, there was.
Was that
It
dinosaur movie?
might
on
have
there?
been on there.
I don't know.
Not it, E.T. That's Et.
Oh, Et.
Et.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Followed by 2 and then
the
Brute.
past tense of eat.
right.
Et.
I ate him.
The present participle of it. Et.
Yet.
Oh, I should load our live stream.
It's
Raw live stream.
it's all right.
It's not very entertaining. I don't.
Hey, look there we are.
Yeah. We are there.
That's us on the internet. That's man. God, I just need to stop slouching. Look
Back
like
to the
an
Future
even-
is on here.
Okay, good.
It is right before the Lord of the Rings series.
Oh,
Saving Private Ryan is on here.
okay.
I do a pretty good hunch when I'm podcasting.
Yeah, I just like I look way fatter than I am
Raiders
when I
is
when
on
I
here.
hunch. I'm like,
I think it's also those kinds of shirts
Oh,
are
yeah.
built to somehow make you look fatter.
Slouchy.
I don't,
yeah, I just look like I'm ready for bowling when I wear this kind of shirt.
I'll sit lower.
1408 is on here.
Really, that's the wait,
1408.
that's the
That's the
John Cusack smoking in a room.
Somebody
yeah.
pointed out there's like 4 or 5 John Cusack goes to a hotel movies.
So Identity's on there?
Yeah. Yes, Identity,
Yes, Identity
is
is on here.
So somebody had a Cusack thing going on for a while there.
Is Gross Point Blank on there?
No.
Well, I'm just thinking of ones where he goes to a hotel. Pretty
Yeah.
sure he gets in a hotel at some point in that. No? Yeah, are you just making weird faces at me?
I am. I'm just making.
All right.
Oh, is the ice storm on there?
Yeah.
Is that the Cusack one?
No, the Ice Storm
Wait,
is the Kevin
or-
Kline movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the Ice Heist or something? What's the one? What's the one where I've actually seen that? I saw that in a theater for
the
some
Ice
reason.
House, right?
No.
No?
It's got like Billy Bob in it. It's got Cusack. It's somebody else. They're pulling some kind of grift. God, what the fuck name was that movie? Now I gotta look it up.
All right.
The Grift Mill.
God damn it, Cusack.
Did you just groan at the Ice Storm? It's a good movie.
50-50 is on here. That's that Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
What's his nuts?
Yeah,
Jiggle.
Pineapple Express is also on there.
yeah,
Fine
It's
film.
okay.
Right?
yeah.
But
Not even remotely the comedy I would put on this list.
not one that you have to see before you die.
No.
Yeah.
Three
Ice
Amigos
Harvest.
you have to see before
Ice
you die.
Harvest.
The Iced Harvest.
That sounds like something that would be on here.
Connie Nielsen is in that movie as well. Also, that is a Christmas movie. Directed by Harold Ramis.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. So is the movie we watched today.
What?
That was directed by Harold Ramis?
Yeah.
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 Harold Ramis.
Ice Harvest.
Harold Ramis's Maximum Force.
The Butterfly Effect.
Can I just look at the list? I want to pick what I think is the most like.
I'm gonna
Why
text it to
is this movie on here?
Shooter. It's Shooter. All right?
I've never seen Shooter, so I have no.
It's Shooter.
It's Shooter.
Shooter is fine.
It's fine. It's
It's
not a
Shooter.
top 100 anything.
It's not a movie you see before you
It's
die.
not even the top 100 Marky Mark
I
movies.
was going to say the
all
same
right?
thing. It's not even that.
What?
He puts out 3 a
No.
year. It's
Yeah.
not on there.
The Happening is not on there. Come on.
What? No.
There you go. Have at it.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to like zoom and stuff.
The struggle is real.
Oh man, did a whole bunch of chatting start happening?
Is there
Oh,
chat?
yeah.
Looking away? Ooh.
We've angered. Like,
Wait,
oh, the
is
1408
this
Defense
your
Squad showed up.
list? Like
No.
you checked off?
No,
Oh, God,
this,
no.
this, what? How these things always happen? It's someone with like 40 followers, and they're just like,
no,
look at this.
No. I didn't ask if you made the list. I'm asking, is this you checking?
No.
stuff off?
Let me finish
Okay,
explaining.
Okay, all right.
Someone with 40 followers was just like, I here's a list in my book. How many have you seen? That they cross theirs out. Like
Okay,
that's
okay,
a
okay,
picture
okay.
of their book.
It's probably the person that wrote the book.
Probably.
Was it you that said it was like a stealth campaign for time crimes?
Yes, because my eyes went to that. And I was like, wait, this is a fake movie. That doesn't exist.
Time crimes.
What's weird is I've seen everything on the first row except for I don't even know what a separation is. Never even heard of that.
A separation?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that. I'm just saying the first column. I was like, yep.
It is an international film.
Oh. Speak American. Wait. Is Before Midnight the first one? That series got so confusing, I literally don't know which one's which. I thought Before Sunrise is the original one, right?
I think it is.
Yeah, so fuck you.
So they didn't even pick the first one.
Yeah.
You'll be totally lost. They should have put the before movies.
Yes. Before movies. Before a time of day.
God.
No, I mean,
That
I-
list
look,
is bad. Like,
look, Shooter is bad, but I looking at the entire thing, I think mine is like Saw. Really, I mean,
Not a movie you have to see before you
at
die.
least
if
Saw
you're putting
has
together
some
100
cultural
movies,
cachet.
Saw does have some cultural relevance in that it created a genre of film for a time.
it's not though a movie you need to see before you die.
No, it's not. It's not a movie I would maybe put in a top 100 horror movie list
no.
necessarily.
No.
But
Most influential, maybe if
Sure.
you
as
you
a
know.
cultural milestone,
Yeah.
maybe. But then what the fuck is Shooter? It's Shooter.
Joe Bob Briggs, man.
Yeah, I mean that list should be like 100 movies to watch if you had cable around 2009.
Yeah, you got FX.
Yeah.
They have the movies. You want to watch a movie. Problem solved.
Whatever that Jet Li Mira Sorvino movie is on.
Romeo's
There's a-
Bleeding.
Yeah.
It's on FXX.
Right.
I was about to say Replacement Killers, but that's a different one. That's not Jet Li.
Wait, which one's which?
That's Chow Yun Fat.
I was thinking of both.
All right.
Yeah. Mira Sorvino.
Mira
She's just like-
Sorvino and an Asian fella.
Did I just like Rain Man the actual right movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
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 High five.
All right, on with BMFcast.
Oh yeah, I guess we should start
But I
that.
mean, imagine a list that
it
has
time?
shooter on it, but not police story.
Yeah. I mean, I just did. I did imagine that list. I saw it.
Yeah.
No, you didn't imagine.
No,
it.
you
It's
saw it.
there.
Oh, okay.
So is Ice Harvest on that list?
I didn't see it.
It seems like a basic ass enough movie that nobody remembers to be on that list.
I confuse it with the Ice Storm, which is equally not memorable to me. So
That's a good movie, though.
Cider House Rules,
It's a good movie too. What the fuck, dude?
Ice House
shipping
Rules.
news.
No, you're just you don't know that genre apparently. You're throwing like garbage in.
I'm
with
just
actual
naming
real
every
films.
Miramax Oscar
Yeah.
bait movie. I
Prairie
can
Home Companion.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a big difference between like a Lasse Hallstrom movie and whatever fuck whoever made the shipping
what?
news.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. Thought we were going to talk about movies and stuff.
We are talking about movies, not film.
Let's do it.
All right.
Maybe they were talking about Ryan Phillippe's Shooter from 2016.
Maybe. He's dreamy.
No, it's probably Antoine Fuqua's Shooter.
Oh, he directed that?
Yes.
I should take another look at it then.
Oh, yeah.
We doing this? Let's do this. All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Hey,
Episode 468. Yeah. That's all even numbers.
It's a shocking number of
4,
episodes.
6, 8 sequential even numbers.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
Hey, we're here back at full strength.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast?
Yes.
I know you do, but I'm going to tell them just in case they don't know. We go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, and we come in here and talk about it for the first half.
I knew that.
Then you know what? We rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jokes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes.
The fancy.
Very much so.
robot jokes.
Robot jokes.
Yeah. Everyone loves that movie. It's the best.
But hold up. There are bad movies. As to stay away,
There are.
they get 1 to 5 bags in a negative sliding scale.
I just want to try that again. They get,
I don't know.
We've only done this 468 times.
But hold up. There are bad movies. As to stay away, they get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags isn't giant bags of trash.
Ah.
Bags of trash.
Bags of trash. Once named after Twilight. Not no longer. Because that shit is irrelevant.
Did you roll an L?
I don't know.
Sure, why
Yeah,
not?
it was a double L,
Yeah.
L-Y.
Rolled something else before we started.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. What did we watch? Oh, yeah, we're doing... we're doing Force Majeure. 'Cause we're stupid.
We watched Maximum Force.
You are correct.
I can't roll my R's, so I'm out of this.
Yeah, it's from 1992. Maximum Force.
You mean 1992?
1992.
There you go. There it is.
Let's read a very quick plot summary for this thing and talk more about it. 3 determined cops are recruited to take down a notorious crime lord. Crime lord.
There you go. Yeah.
Maximum Force.
See.
Sure.
Maximum force.
Force Majeure.
Major.
Majeure. Now we just.
I
do
think
Earth-
I'm learning how to
we're
roll
just-
my R's
we're-
from screwing around
yeah,
like
we're
this.
just watch Earth the Kit. Just,
I think we're just right now. We're just trying to punish Chuck into submission. We're just like Chuck. You're never gonna get to speak because you're just gonna start.
that's because Chuck
laughing.
has bronchitis.
We literally chased him out of the room. He threw down his headphones and left.
Wow.
Come back here.
I think
Right now.
Sit in your chair. Chuck.
What the fuck is happening here? Chuck's gonna go
Yeah.
die. Chuck's just dying in the other room. Don't worry.
so. Chuck is actually sick, so please
Yeah,
pardon
we-
any coughs or interruptions.
Nah, he'll
who's
just edit all
who's
of
got
them
the murderer's row of who's in this movie?
Oh,
I believe
can-
Mackie does.
I can tell you that.
All right.
Maximum Force from 1992.
Yes.
Directed by Joseph Mehri, who also directed Rage. which is, I believe, a unanimous 5 Jocks movie. Rage. Yeah.
That had Gary Daniels.
Stars Sam Jones of One Man Force and BMF Extra, Jane in the Lost City. Sherry Drones from King of the Kickboxers, another unanimous 5 Jocks movie, if I'm not mistaken. John Saxon from The Final Alliance.
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
He has not been in another
That's weird.
BMFcast movie.
That's weird to me. Yeah.
I swear to God, he's been in something else.
Enter the Dragon.
Wow.
Oh.
No, but I mean like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we've done for the damn show.
That for the damn show.
That man was a Nightmare on Elm Street, all right? Yes. God damn it. All right. Also, Sonny Landham of Action Jackson. And BMFcast favorite, Richard Lynch of Invasion USA, The Barbarians, One Man Force, and Invasion Force. The man forces his way into movies.
It's been a while since we've done a Dick Lynch movie, hasn't it?
Yeah, it
like
really
that. I
has.
mean, despite having Force in it,
It's
that was a
been
long
too
time
long.
ago. Yeah.
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 But yes, in case you hadn't guessed, he plays the bad guy.
what?
Wow,
Richard
What
Lynch.
a surprise.
Playing against type, playing the bad guy.
crazy.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, where did this movie start? Oh yeah, that's right. Rusty 2 is hanging out on a roof of a parking garage. What's his face? The beardy cop is Rusty from European Vacation. Rusty. Not to be confused with Audrey 2, not
No.
from Little Shop of Horrors, but
His name is Rick Carver.
yeah, you're getting better. Keep going.
I'm working on it.
At the end of this episode, you'll got it.
AKA Jason Lively.
But yeah, he's hanging out, like doing surveillance. It's weird because he's got this little periscope thing, and he's watching a gun deal going down.
He's got periscope binoculars, but he does not use them.
No, he has
Like-
actual binoculars where he's just poking his head up and listen. But he does have headphones on, and he's listening with a parabolic mic and all that kind of stuff. And he's narrating the whole fucking thing to nobody because it's just headphones. He doesn't have anyone on the radio.
Yeah, it is weird. He's talking it out
He
for
is.
no reason.
Maybe he's talking into a microphone that is recording it for later.
Maybe.
Or he's a crazy person.
I
Probably a crazy
think it's more that. I think
yeah.
he doesn't get out much. But yeah, he's just like, ooh, Mac 10, I like those. And yeah, look at that, this heat-seeking blah, blah, blah. And then this homeless guy is just like comes along like, hey, buddy, what you doing? You doing some surveillance? I could use some change. And he's like, get out of here.
And the homeless guy starts naming off the things he has
Well,
in very
after,
specific detail.
after he gets him spotted, because the guy's just like, hey, change and stuff. And he's like, dude, get the fuck, here's some change. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out.
And then, of course, they spot him. And like, instead of just like doing what you would think they would do based on the scene, they did they ever fire a shot at him from there? I don't think they do.
They do
Not
not.
from
They-
there. No,
yeah,
they just pack
they-
up all their shit and drive
They
off.
call out the helicopter because, like, the dude's standing there with a rocket launcher, and you're like, "Oh, well, this guy's about to get rocket launchered." No, they just call it a helicopter that doesn't know how to lead the target and misses him a whole bunch, and then
Well, he murders the homeless guy.
he does murder the homeless guy.
Yeah,
They got him.
because he's hiding in the van, or he's trying to put his equipment in the van, and that's when the homeless guy's like, you got parabolic mic and you get the VCR, and you know, and then the helicopter flies up and it's just like, that must be him. Blam blam blam. And then Jason Lively just decide. I don't know why he gets out of the van.
No,
Because the helicopter seemed content to just like kill that dude, but he gets out and then runs down this bridge
yeah,
as he gets shot at.
yeah. I mean, what homeless guy is gonna like name off all his equipment and then go like, "You got quite the clandestine thing going on here," and it's like, dude, if you have that vocabulary, get a fucking job.
Yeah.
like Jesus.
Obviously,
Anyway.
you're in Nam.
Yeah. But yeah,
Got skills.
So that guy gets murdered, and then he gets a home in heaven, and
Yes.
and then yeah, he just runs, and the helicopter misses him a lot, and he just kind of dives down at a embankment and is like, "Ha!" and shoots at him like 3 times because he's got one of those like combo
It's an M16 with
a
the grenade launcher.
yeah. And he takes like a couple shots with that, and then it's just like, "Foomp," and just of course, perfect fireballs the helicopter, and we get our title card.
Good explosion.
Yep. Yeah, it cuts to night cityscape, and then Maximum Force flies out of this
Yeah.
towards the audience.
And once again, we're in LA. And once again, I must ask, is there some sort of secret theme quarter that no one is telling me that we're doing like LA year?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It just so
Oh,
happens that
that's the German shoes. LA year.
LA year.
LA year. Yeah. No, it just so happens that a lot of shitty B movies in the 80s and 90s were filmed in LA.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it
I
was
don't
convenient.
trust you guys, but
It was, yes.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
just like-
before LA priced themselves out of the market.
Yeah, let's just go down the street and make this movie. But yeah, and then we cut to Sam Jones bribing a bouncer guy, I guess, some dirtbag.
Well,
at
this
a
is all
club.
intercut with Richard Lynch having a
Oh,
meeting
right? Yeah, yeah.
just the longest meeting ever because they keep cutting back and forth to that. But then, yeah, it's Sam Jones just bribing a bouncer to get into a place that, from the sounds, you're like, well, this is a strip club, obviously, because people are hooting and hollering in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
but he's like bargaining with him. He's like, look, I know you're a cop. It's like, leave your gun and badge, and I'll let you in for an hour. And he's like, yeah, I'm not giving you my gun. He's like, how about $100? And he's like, fine, you can keep the gun, but he says, give me the clip.
rookie mistake, bouncer man.
5 bags immediately.
But yeah, and then so he's just like finally agrees. He hands him the magazine and goes inside, and it's the same thing we get in a lot of these movies where it's a fight club, but there's like people in there that don't look like they should be in there. Like it's
a
bunch
grandma.
it's a bunch of fancy dressed old people. Like they're at a fundraiser for some bullshit.
Yes, but also punks.
Yeah, and also punks.
It's just whatever affluent, whatever costume you're wearing, you get to go to the underground fight club, which is above ground and on stage.
Underground fights, they transcend all class and race.
I guess so.
Everyone is a part of the underground fights.
But this is all kind of weird because this was kind of an extended bribing and negotiating sequence to get in here, and then like 2 seconds in, I don't remember the dude's name, but he's been in a shit ton of our movies. The
fat guy.
Yeah, the fat guy. It's just like his goons are like, "Hey, you're a cop. Like, you shouldn't be in here."
Like, hey, pig.
Yeah, I mean it's just weird because like he's not in there for but 3 seconds.
Well, this
like,
guy
hey.
immediately gave him up.
Yeah,
He kept the $100.
right.
Yeah.
But then they
And the magazine.
they go to try to beat him up, and eventually like they later in the movie describe him as a martial arts expert. I mean, that's how John Saxon identifies him. But this is the point in the movie right off the bat where it's like, dude, you can put your hands up and at least attempt to block a punch or kick.
Yeah, no, he
doesn't.
absorbs every blow.
Yeah.
It's like
This guy really does get the shit kicked out of him.
he's basically like, I'll tire them out.
Right.
It's the Rocky IV theory of just beat the shit out of me, and then finally you run out of gas.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
he ends up like getting kicked onto the stage where the fighting was happening
during the fighting,
Yeah, and then like
of
kind
course, both fighter men are like,
hey,
get out of here, punch, kick. It's all in the mind. So it's weird because it's like a fight in the crowd that some people start to notice and get interested in, and then when it gets up on stage, people just start doing side bets, just like, yeah, money on that guy because I don't know, he was not on the stage before, and now he is.
Again, because this is always a strange phenomenon to me, is if you're at like some sort of fighting event, especially like an underground one like this, and a fight breaks out in the crowd, don't look that shocked.
Yeah.
Like, people act like, oh, look at that, it's a fight.
Yeah, oh
it's
my
like,
God.
It's like, yeah, what the fuck were you just watching?
Like, this unsanctioned murder fest 5 feet away from you is okay, but two patrons of your club start fighting, and it's like, oh, heavens to Betsy.
Yeah.
I did not pay good money for this, good sir.
But eventually he produces another magazine from his sock.
Of course.
And just fires it in the air. There's a lot of shooting into the air and ceilings in this movie.
And he tells them all to shut up.
Yeah. And then
It kind of cuts away from
Yeah,
him.
I don't think it
Like,
even,
what the hell he was doing there, I don't know.
Don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just riling up shit.
I think this is also intercut with Lady Cop.
Yeah, well, because we've been listening to like Richard Lynch talk about like what all the crime he's into, and it's drugs and guns and this and that, and he's like, and then whores. Everybody likes whores,
Right.
And it's like we cut to the street for like, do you know what a whore looks like? Here they are, and eventually it's like it's just it's a whore montage, and then we land on one who's like finally gets some speaking lines and stuff, and then it's like some guy's like, hey, you're looking pretty good, and eventually she identifies herself as a cop because bigger fish to fry. Like
Okay. She goes over to this guy, and this guy's like, how much for all three of us? And she's like, what? And he produces like a blow-up doll. And
I really thought this was going to go the other way. I thought he was going to be the cop. Be like, how much for you and me and my badge?
Right.
But no, he's just like, and my friend
Yeah.
is the generic 80s blow-up doll.
Yeah, but she like turns around and sees the person that she wants to talk to. So she starts to leave that. She's like, get out of here, buddy. I'm a cop. And he's just like, what? Huh? And then she's like, shut the hell up. I'm handcuffing you to your steering wheel, which is dumb. You can just drive away. But this is literally happening 5 feet from the dude she's targeting for whatever this investigation is.
Yeah.
So she leaves this guy and turns around and goes over to that guy who's Sonny Landham, who's Billy from Predator, and and it's just like, so he's like, hey, lady, you look good, but this is my street and I don't know you. And she's like, well, get to know me or something. And he's like, yeah, I got to sample the merchandise. And then she's like, I thought Tanabe samples all the merchandise. And he gets all wild-eyed, like, the hell? How do you know that? And then the guy in the car is just like, hey, she's a cop. And he's like, what? And then kickboxing breaks out during this. Like, just suddenly the pimp sidekicks get all kickboxery, and she kickboxes them back, and he gets shot through a window.
Yeah, he pulls a gun on
Yeah.
her,
Yeah.
but she pulls a gun on him and
Blows him away.
yeah, bullet defenestrates him through a window.
Yes. And then another guy thinks he's going to do something, and she's like, go ahead on. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind of it. Without knowing it, we've met our three main characters,
Right.
In that are unrelated.
and the villain.
Villain, yeah.
Which, so Richard Lynch is a well-to-do businessman, obviously, with crimes. But he has a vague German accent that comes in and out.
It's mostly just a V instead of a
Yeah.
W.
And also a Japanese last name. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand where this guy came from, or what his accent is, or what his haircut is supposed to be. There's a lot about
Yeah, because the movie
Tanabe
later...
that is confusing.
The movie later makes it sound like he grew up on the streets and rose to power. But it's like, eventually you're going to lose that accent.
There's a couple casting problems in that regard because there's another one later that we'll get to that I think is like makes when you think about it, it's like no, but yeah. So they all get mysterious. Like they all go home and like cop's life, and like they all start getting mysterious notes and or faxes. Like so, techie guys in his like pest control surveillance van, he gets a cellular fax. And it says, like, meet here. I don't remember how she got handed it.
She got a voicemail message
Oh,
on her answering machine.
Yeah.
And I think it's just Sam Jones. We don't know how.
No, his was, like, tucked in his locker. Because he was
that's
like,
right.
Yeah, he was just, like, standing there, like, and he just pulls out a note. It's
Yeah.
like, and it's all basically, like, if you want to get Tanabe, Richard Lynch, then come to this place at midnight, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they all wander in, and I don't think they see each other, even.
Well, they see movement, and they all, like, pull guns.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things. Is like this movie is
Blue.
mostly takes place at night, but they do that like overly blue lighting you get for in day for night stuff. Except I think they actually are shooting at night, so it's really weird.
They're using a blue gel or a
Right.
blue light to
Yeah.
light these scenes.
So it's like we see everything, and we can. But I think in the movie they're not supposed to see each other. They're all just kind of like
Yeah.
in different parts of this warehouse.
Yes.
And then John Saxon pops out, and
John
it's only lady cop is like, hey, it's Captain so and so or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, and they put their guns down, and he's just like, you know why I brought you here? It's
They're
like,
like, no.
what do y'all have in
He
common?
then tells him about the Avengers
Yes, he
Initiative.
does.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're all the best of the best.
Yeah, you all have different reasons you want to get this guy, but
He
the only
gives everyone's backstory about
Yep.
why they hate Richard Lynch, and then you've all been suspended for trying to kill Richard Lynch. Didn't work out for you, did it? So obviously you can't get him one-on-one. Now you're going to be a team.
A maximum force, if you will.
It's like,
is
yeah.
what he should have said.
If three people who are bad at their job
it's just
all
simple
get
math.
together, obviously they'll be able to pull it off. And at first they're all like, hell no, fuck this. And then John Saxon's like, come on. And they're like, yeah, you make a good point. All right, let's do this. Let's get him. And his story is basically, I grew up as a beat cop wanting this guy, and I could never get him. And I don't want another beat cop to grow up and not get him, which, no. He's not an immortal. This is an Highlander.
He might be.
No, apparently
No,
not.
no.
According to the end of the film, no. So anyway, he just kind of lays that on him, and they're like, yeah, good point. Let's do it. Let's be a team. And he's like, you're going to eat together. You're going to shit together. And no one questions that.
We also don't know if they shit together or not.
No, we never see
Yeah, we
that.
never get to see
No-
them shit
no
together.
shitting.
Yeah.
But they're in like this shitty warehouse, and he's just like, you live here now.
Well,
And
they-
there's literally nothing in this warehouse.
No. And he's just like, become a team. See you later.
yeah, and then we get a becoming a team montage, sort of. I
But
mean,
it's not
It's not a
really.
montage. It's just. It's like
It's just doing stuff.
It's 15 minutes of the movie of them just.
Both the dudes hit on her, to which she tells both of them, I don't date cops.
Sam Jones really doesn't take that message particularly well.
He takes that by then trying to kiss her, and she just walks away, and he remains frozen in almost kissing pose, which is kind of funny. But like, Rusty Griswold is building his bombs and shit, and
He's got
Playing with RC
Yeah, he's
cars.
got RC cars
Yeah.
and shit, and lots of guns.
Sam Jones is just kind of wandering around. He's installing a punching bag.
No, he's not installing a punching bag.
Well, yeah, he's
what
just-
he is doing is he's sitting with a board across his lap with a bunch of screws half screwed into it.
Yeah.
And is, I guess, trying to accidentally run a screw through his genitals, but
It might have helped.
there's like, and they never show the actual equipment being hung in the
No, it just
in the
shows
warehouse. They just show close-ups of it.
Yeah.
It's really weird. They spent about $4 on this warehouse.
Yeah, I mean, we can mostly skip ahead because it's just them getting to know each other. The only thing that eventually comes that's of any kind of note is Rusty Griswold walks in. Among their many times of attempting to hit on the lady cop, he comes in eventually. I think it's right after Sam Jones hits on her and she gets the "I don't date cops" thing. So she's already kind of.
It's almost like as she's leaving the
Yeah.
room,
Well,
she gets accosted and asked again.
And his opening line is like, "Hey, I want you to take this and I want you to shoot me." And he's trying to hand her her gun, and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "I got a new bulletproof vest that I made, and
I made it. It's homemade. I want you to try it out."
And I want to try it out." And she's like, "I'm not going to shoot you." And he's like, "Well, if you won't shoot me, will you date me?" Ha ha, finger guns. And then
She's like, "Fuck no, I don't date cops." And he's like, "Okay, fine, shoot me then."
The least you can do is shoot me. She's like, "Fine, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to use that little 38 you got. I'm going to take your 44 Magnum."
Your goddamn hand cannon. So he's like, "All right,
Yeah, okay.
sure, that sounds great. Let's do this." And then he's like, "Wait, hold on. How's your marksmanship? Shoot at the vest, not the head or the." And she just murders him. Basically, he goes down, and she's like, "What?" Just runs over to him. Is like, "Oh no!" Starts to give him mouth to mouth, and then he does the thing, of course, like, fake it. Now we're making out, ha. And that's when Sam Jones doesn't walk in after the gunshot. He walks in after just being called, like, "I shot him. Come help," and he just walks over to like the pile of body that's in the center of the room. Is just like, what the hell's happening here?
Yeah, and that's when John Saxon walks out of the shadows again.
Yeah, because they're all just kind of vaguely arguing and tussling, and then John Saxon just emerges out of the shadows like, "This is not what I told you to do."
He's like, "Oh yeah, this is really," and you just grab it. He doesn't say grab assing. He should have said
Yeah.
grab assing, but
Yeah,
um,
but it's like,
That's what I said.
yeah,
you didn't tell him to do anything,
yeah. You just said like make yourself at home, and I'll be back.
and they did that.
Yeah,
Didn't he say become a team
something
or something?
like that. Sure.
Well, yeah, they were having a laugh.
they're like,
and bonding,
yeah,
and
we're-
she's like,
Sam Jones points out, he's like, "Well, you wanted us to hang out in this shitty place. The least we could do is have a few laughs. What the fuck do you want us to do?" He's like, "I want you to get Tanabe." And he's like, "Well, we're ready. Let's go get him." And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, are you ready?" And then he's like, he just somehow makes the lights go off.
Turns out the lights.
Turns out the lights, and then has two flashlights, and has like his own little mini disco rave with flashlights.
Uh-huh.
But Chuck, out of
Then-
fucking nowhere, just goes like, as soon as he flips on the light, Chuck goes, "Oh, ninjas!" And we're all like, "Yeah, right."
Because it's the stupidest thing that could happen.
yeah.
Yep.
And then he whips out
And then-
flashlights, and then suddenly ninjas
Suddenly
start
ninjas,
whipping their ass, and
Yep.
yeah,
And they all get backed up, back to back to back, basically.
yeah, including like Rusty finally like trust falling onto Sam Jones, and then until they're in a pile. And he's like, "I told you weren't ready." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, by the way, these are just some ninjas." And he introduces them all. They all get names.
Yeah.
And
These
he's
are
like,
the ninjas I know. These are the ninjas I know.
and he's just like, "Yeah, I use these guys from time to time," which is again funny because I just said, "Oh yeah, they called Ren a ninja," and then he's just like, "I call
Yeah,
these,
he
I
had-
call these guys when I need some
Literally
fucking
had
ninjas."
Rent
And
the
it's like,
ninjas.
They're 4 dudes from the Force who just ninja in their part time, and it's like, why isn't this the maximum force? They're fucking
Yeah.
ninjas. They're coordinated. They're ready to go,
They're
and
a
they beat
team.
the shit
Listen.
out of your 3 assholes that you hired.
they're only part-time ninjas. You need full-time ninjas.
Well,
if you're gonna
part-time
send
these
them
ninjas
after.
over to
You're
Richard
gonna have
Lynch's house.
maximum force.
Pay them to be full-time ninjas.
Yeah.
Give them benefits.
No, then you got to deal with benefit.
yeah,
No,
give them a
it's
401.
absolutely not.
Look, if they kill Tanabe, they deserve a 401k.
They can work 39 hours a week.
ninjas get a 401 kill.
yes.
That's how it works.
Yep.
That makes sense. The ninjas also have these weird, like, glow stick ninja weapons.
I want those glow stick ninja weapons.
Which
Well, I think it was just batons. Like the guy
I
had,
guess,
like,
and they're
batons.
just being lit up by John Saxon's fucking rave lights.
I don't care. I want them.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they're just like, all right, like they get their asses kicked, and then he's like, all right, I think you are ready.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? But like apparently, ready means like go out and start causing some shit to get his attention. Just start going and busting all of his like profit margins.
Right.
You know.
Again, none of this is spoken out loud. We
No.
have to kind of pick up on this because they like Sam Jones literally goes back to the karate bar.
Yeah. Well, they have the prostitutes lined up, and and then he goes back to the karate bar, which no one's there this time.
Yeah, except the
they-
fat man and they're just counting money.
Right.
And he
Ken
just goes over.
Davidian.
Yeah.
It's Count de Monet.
No, his name's Ken Davidian.
And Sam Jones goes over to them and just steals all the money. And when the dude starts to object, he just punches him in the face with a gun.
Yeah, they just like tell Tanabe Cruz said hi.
Yeah. And because like the dude throws money at him, it's like, here, take this and get the fuck out. And he's like, nah, that's all right. I'm gonna take all this money. And he just scoops all of it into a bag, and he's like, dude, do you know what you're doing? Hey, stop it. And he stands up to protest and gets punched with gun. And then the smaller guy halfway pretends to stand up like he's gonna do that. Sam Jones is just like, what are you doing? Sit down.
I'm Flash Gordon. You don't want to do that, guy.
Yeah, it's like, you just saw what I did. So, yeah, that happens. They bother all the whores. And then they go accost a guy who
it's the guy he was bribing in the bouncer dude from the
club. Because he had the big scar on his face.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, it was the same guy.
Okay.
And they roll up in their exterminator van, and then just like, hey guy, you're gonna tell us everything about him, and he tosses him like $100. He's like, yeah, see that burger place over there? He's got like half of the business of that, and he's got a taco place down in.
He's got IBM stock, and they're like, stop jerking us around. It's a simple question.
And then eventually like he's trying to play it cool, and eventually just like, oh yeah, you're not going to tell us what we want to know. Take him to the side of the van, handcuff him to the overly large 80s van rear view mirror thing, and get in the car and start slowly driving, and then drive faster. And the one thing I appreciate about this is like they're just taunting this guy by basically dragging him alongside this van. But I like the fact that like another cop, like a regular cop car, goes by, sees this, and is like, wait, you can't drag a guy with a van, and starts. It never comes like they never like speed up and get alongside him or anything like that. Like
nope,
they pull
they're just
over,
giving chase, and that's all they do.
Yeah. But
by the time they catch up at the end, the scene just ends.
I just appreciate that like so many movies where they have dumb things like this, they never encounter like a black and white.
Oh
cop,
yeah, these cops immediately are like, whoa, hold on, you can't be doing that.
I also wondered about this because John Saxon specifically told them nobody but me knows about this.
Right. Yeah, how they got out of this, I don't know.
I mean, you could probably still show them a badge and be like, we're cops. You don't ask us any questions.
Yeah. But the best part of this is that at one point, Sam Jones sees a phone booth on the side of the van where the dude is, and he just gets this giddy grin on his face, and he's just like, well, this is happening. And he just drives into this phone booth.
Like that a person was using.
Yeah, like that person could have died. The person he's dragging in his van could have also died. Jason Lively could have been just pelted with glass. There's still a cop car in pursuit of them, hot pursuit, as they attempt to murder this man, both in the phone booth and not in the phone booth. Yeah, so it ends with some stunting, and then it just cuts away. Like, I guess they got out of that.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. But now Richard Lynch is pissed, suitably, and is this where they glad wrap a guy to death? I think it is like
one of the
those
meetings.
Yeah, it's one of the meetings where they're like, I thought we were buying into your protection, blah blah blah, and then I don't even remember what the speech is. It's weird because Richard Lynch literally has a yes man.
Yes.
Like what his head henchman. There is this one shot that they use at least 3 or 4 times. Then they have an alternate take of it where he'll just ask him a question and he goes like, "Yes, sir, Mr. Tanabe," and like it just like
it.
that. And they cut to that a bunch of times, but then he just gives them emotion. And I don't know why they picked one dude. I think it was like one dude that wasn't even complaining at the table
Because he had really good hair.
Yeah. But they just picked this one guy, and
This is Wayne Newton looking guy.
and he does this like he does the typical like you complain this is going to happen to you kind of thing, and he just walks up behind with like this plastic saran wrap shit and just suffocates this dude at the table, and everyone else is like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Well, we didn't mention like besides the fat dude who I know has been in a bunch of BMFcast movies, the dude from Marked for Death is one of them too, like the Jamaican guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is literally just a guy.
Yeah, just guys.
Like there's a drug deal early on that he's not paying attention to during another fight scene at the club.
Yeah, because his fighter is winning.
Yeah.
And Richard Lynch has his henchman kill his fighter.
Yes.
Yep.
To get his attention.
Yep.
But so
John Saxon gets invited into a limo where he is met by the chief of police, played by
Mickey Rooney,
Hollywood superstar Mickey Rooney.
I believe you mean
biggest
the number
star
one star in the world.
in the world.
Boom, bang. You hear me?
Bam.
The world.
I do. That is exactly what I meant. No disrespect meant.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is the other casting that I had. If you think about it, I have a big problem with. Typically speaking, a chief of police was a police officer.
Uh-huh.
What police officer would ascend to chief of police being 4 foot tall?
You can't tell how tall he is when he's sitting in the limo.
I've met Mickey Rooney. The dude is like 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
You can't tell how tall he is sitting in the...
movie magic.
Okay.
put him on a booster seat, sit him next to a tiny person, little lady.
Yeah.
But so he's basically like, "Hey, John Saxon, how are the kids? How's the wife?" And "Not married, sir." He's like, "Yeah, that's right. Anyway, we have a mutual friend. You should stop harassing that guy." And John Saxon's
If
like,
you know what I mean.
"You mean this fucker?"
He does a lot for the police,
Yeah.
you know, like retirements and
Yeah, and then he
How
does
is
the
this
whole
guy
like,
paying for? Sorry.
no, it's fine. But it's like he does the whole, well, how are you going to pay for your retirement on just a little lieutenant's pension?
Mm-hmm.
How about if I give you this money?
Yeah. He's just like, "What if you took this gift of an envelope?" And he's like, "The hell is that?" And he's like, "Open it, admire it, look, it's pretty." And John Saxon's like, "No," and just flings it at him.
Previous to that, he's going on and on about how Tanabe is paying for like the police pensions and paying for the police this and that. How does that work? How on earth is it possible for a private citizen to just directly pay money to the police goings
The
on?
chief of police makes it
I mean,
all
I think
go
you
away.
can. I mean,
Can you?
I'm pretty sure
Can
you
I
can
just
donate,
go down
yeah.
and like buy them a car?
If
I
you had the
fucking
money,
won't, but
sure.
That's all like the policeman's ball and shit
Yeah.
are. They're just
I thought the policeman's ball was the like fraternal order of police and shit like that to raise money for kids' baseballs and
put
shit.
it in the
I
put it
want
in the pension
fop,
fund.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm a
With
dapper
Dapper
Dan,
Dan.
man. Goddamn geographical odyssey.
Yeah, but no, I'm pretty sure you can, contribute to the police anytime you want. You know, I think they like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you even have to do the like, "Hey, and you'll remember this later,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
wink.
contribute to the police even if you don't want.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Just have them kick down your door, and
Yes,
whatever is
and-
yours is now
yes.
theirs,
Correct.
even if they're in the wrong.
Correct.
Yes. Anyway. Yeah, so they let John Saxon out like right at the most opportune moment, like how the driver knew to stop right,
I know,
right
yeah.
when John Saxon says, "Good day, sir."
All right. When he throws the money back in my face, because he's going to do that.
Yeah.
Stop the car.
Yeah. So he gets out, and then Mickey Rooney has like a rant with his special assistant lady.
Well, she has the rant. She's like, maybe it's not this time. I think it's like the second time we go back because we never see him outside of that car. That's, They got him for that. Like,
Nope.
and they did make him change his clothes,
Yes.
but like that's where he is for this movie. But yeah, his assistant who had like I think like basically no lines except for like, did you think he was going to do that or something like that?
Yeah.
The first time gets this like rant out of nowhere of like, "Oh, I'm just so sick of it. He's just common criminals. Somebody's got to stand up." It is the most pointless scene in this movie.
Yep. I mean, Mickey Rooney just gives a speech of just like, "What do you expect?"
Yeah, I'm
That-
70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally says that.
I'm 70. All I
Yeah.
can do is have a drink and
Yeah.
then cry myself to sleep on the piles of money that this guy gives me.
He's like suddenly giving an Oscar moment
Yeah.
speech.
It's
Like he's really going for it. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like, Mickey, what are you doing?
he was promised an acting moment
Yeah.
as he sat in the back of this
Yeah.
limo.
Did you get the rest of the script? I mean,
he got 2 free suits out of the deal, so he's gonna. Hey, good on Mickey Rooney for trying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this for everybody in this movie. They're all attempting to give a shit. Like the movie doesn't give anybody much to do, but they're all.
I mean, Sam
They're all
Jones is
on board.
doing something. I don't know if it's
He's
trying.
Sam Jonesing.
I know.
mean,
Well, it's that however many years of drugs he did post Flash Gordon.
it's
Sam Jones
overly
thing.
confident character
Yeah.
who kind of sucks at everything, but still lucks into a good ending.
Yeah.
Basically. But at some point, Richard Lynch has been like, he's gotten a file. And it's like, oh, it's Sam Jones, huh? Well,
Yeah, this is a weird detour
This-
this movie takes too.
this doesn't make sense because like the scene is like him getting information about this guy and asking his henchmen like, how do we get him?
It's weird because he seems like he has a murder bonus specifically for Sam Jones, not the other people. He's just like, it's Cruz. I want him to suffer.
Well,
and he's like,
Cruz did the most damage. He stole all his money.
sure, I guess.
Um,
But it makes it seem like there was some other past thing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they did say like he did try to kill him at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but directly.
it was after he killed his partner.
Yeah.
And,
But yeah, he's just like, I want him to suffer. He has an ex-wife and a kid. Go after them. And then cut to we see that happening. Like them just hanging out, in a house, and then like gun flashes, and then Sam Jones is like, huh, like he's had the premonition to like his ex-wife and kid were murdered.
at first, that's what you think.
And then he picks up the phone and calls her and is like, you just gotta trust me. You gotta get out of the house. Go to like your mother or mother-in-law's because
Yeah, they're fine.
She's remarried. Yeah, they're fine.
So he dreamed
Except-
some part of that.
He dreamed like he had some kind of weird premonition. Tells her to get out, and then she hits the snooze button on that alert call, and probably gets murdered after that. Like, but we never.
I don't think so.
It never happens. But she's just like, I do trust you. We're going to go there, and then she's like, click. Oh, well, it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm going back to bed.
I think that he dreamed that entire scene of Richard Lynch asking about his wife and kid.
Sure, possibly.
Because obviously the killing scene didn't happen because
Who knows?
because what happens is so she the lady cop comes in and she's like, what's all this ruckus? And
Can you describe the ruckus?
and he's like, I don't know, look deep into my mouth, maybe you'll find it. And they make out on this air mattress, which no way in hell.
Well, they do more than make out.
Oh yeah, they gently touch each other for 5 minutes maybe
Yeah, they
as
do.
like
They have some skin of maximum force.
as the brightest blue and yellow lights just pound them as they pound each other. So
I get it.
Oh, you're talking about boning.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
coitus.
Coitus, yeah. Carnal relations.
Yeah, so they finish boning, and they're now spooning, and Rusty runs in and is just like, they're here. They're all here.
Yeah, here, take these.
Put on.
Bulletproof these
I
vests.
made you bulletproof vests. Put them on.
And I'm sorry for interrupting. Coitus interruptus.
He's like, oh, you guys, okay.
Yeah. Well, here, take these vests. Bye.
Maybe get dressed and put these vests on, and they're here. We let's do this. And it's basically Richard Lynch's entire crew.
Yeah.
They're all there. And it's really confusing now because you're like, wait, were they going to kill Sam Jones's wife and kid?
I don't know.
But
We
now
don't
they're
know.
now they're all here, and it's like, is this the end game? Like, is this we're doing this? And it's like, yeah, we're doing this. And it's basically, for the most part, Rusty busts out his one remote control and controls six
All-
or seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did this earlier. He was like making two cars do tricks with one
Yeah.
remote control.
But
I mean,
But if
Possible.
they were, if
Unlikely, but
if they were
possible.
going this, if they were doing the same thing synchronized, perhaps. But they are going in like opposite directions.
well,
yeah,
it's
possible. It's just
I mean, he is
really
an electronics
difficult.
genius.
Maybe it's like that game Brothers. And one
Yes.
stick
One
controls
stick,
one,
yeah.
and the other
Yes.
stick
That
controls
does-
the
that's
other.
why it's possible to control
Yep.
two at once with one controller.
does make
But like,
sense.
Yep.
yeah, this is unlikely.
But
Remember
he-
when there was only one controller.
No.
But he waits for like all of them to walk through the room except two of them, and then he starts to menace those remaining two.
Well, he sends out. He's like, "I got the backup. Don't worry."
Yeah.
And sends out a remote control cop car, which
Right.
comes out with the woo woo
Yes.
woo, and then like circles around him, and they're just like, "The fuck!" And then he's like, "Now watch this," and hits a button, and you're like, "Okay, here comes the explosion he's been talking about the whole time."
Yes.
But no, it's like it goes like it's almost like a RoboCop voice. It's just like, well, it's him.
It's the speech from RoboCop,
yeah, it kind of is. It's like, get down to the ground.
or there will be trouble.
Yeah.
And
With
they're like,
the
"Ha, ha, ha."
pause
yeah,
as well.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
the exact line read from RoboCop.
Yeah, it's just him reading it instead. But
Yeah.
and then it just starts doing loop-de-loops around them, and they're like, ha ha, and then they start shooting at it and missing somehow, despite the fact that it's like literally at
It's
their
just
feet.
right in front of them, just like, hey, I'm
but
here.
he's like doing the
Yeah.
the I'm hacking computers really hard face while he's driving his remote control car, like oh, it's doing some sweet turns and J turns, and Tokyo drifting, and
They
yeah.
basically unload their guns.
yeah. And I thought,
into
okay, I was
missing
like, okay, that's his plan. He's gonna get them to run out of bullets. But no, he circles around. And he's like, your non-compliance has been noted. Goodbye.
Yep.
And then like hits another button and it finally explodes. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
And
And you
it-
figure, like, okay, everyone's going to get their moments to do stuff.
No, it's
And instead, it's just him
it's an army of
murdering
his RC
everyone with a
cars.
remote control car. It just
Well-
just drives up to a person, and then that person gets launched through the room.
There are a lot of explosions behind guys getting air hammered through the air.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
And
pretty
it's-
satisfying, but
it is, but also, unfortunately, you can see the springboard they're
Yeah.
all flying off of.
Yeah.
You can see it, bouncing up
right.
and then lowering back down.
Yeah. Except the weird thing is like it's all these RC cars that are not all the same. It's all different ones
Yeah.
blowing people all over the room. And then he has this plane, the one thing he's been fucking around with the entire time.
Yeah.
This thing buzzes around and like it actually does the like, T-Rex chasing a guy shot
Yes.
over this dude's shoulder, but he's like running towards all the rest of the dudes and is like, "Oh, well, he's going to just blow them all up now."
Yep.
No.
That one does not murder anyone.
No, he just hits explode on that, and it
just
just
blows up in the
chases
air.
the rest of them away.
Yeah.
He does drive one outside and park it under one of their cars.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it's footage shot for this movie, but a parking lot full of henchman cars explodes.
Yeah,
and
it's a good
some,
chain reaction.
And some dudes get tickets to Burning Man.
Yeah. They're all Richard Lynch now.
Yes. Oh dear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
So, God damn it. So that's it for all of the henchmen.
Well, most of the henchmen. All the henchmen that were there.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
but also-
the main dude is still there, I guess,
Right.
or coming in soon.
Because it's also at this point where you're like, how the fuck did they know to go here?
Yeah.
And it's right at that point that main henchman walks out from behind a pillar with a bloody John Saxon and just kind of pushes him into the
it's
scene.
a bloody John Saxon.
Right, you know.
Oh, so it's like an Anglo-Saxon. All right.
Yep. But he shoots him in the back and then proceeds to shoot all three of them.
Yes.
Yep. And then walks away. And you're like, well, that's a odd way to end your movie. But it's not over.
No.
This is when it's the second Mickey Rooney scene.
Yeah.
Where he's just babbling.
Which is that's the other thing. It's like besides it being pointless, it's at the worst timing you could have in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Sam Jones and Lady Cop wake up and they're like, "Huh? What?"
Oh,
And
the vest. It
the
saved
vest
us.
it saves us. And they look over and it's like, "Oh, Rusty, you didn't have a vest." He's like, "I wanted you to be safe."
Yeah. Hope you're happy together. Yeah. I thought you said you didn't date cops. Blah. Yeah. And they're like, aw.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, someone's like, maybe we should check on John Saxon.
Yeah.
He's right over there.
Well, he's been
He's
clinging.
still alive
He's been
somehow.
clinging to life just
Yeah.
so he could like. I want you to get Denave.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Get to Navi.
If you'd walked over 5 minutes earlier, I would have said, get me an ambulance.
But no.
So, yeah, then it's assault on Richard Lynch building. But the assault begins with a rather large, odd Hulk Hogan
before
looking
Hogan-esque.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Lady had a freak out first before they went. Like she was like, "I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not." And he's like,
so
"He's
over
like,
this.
you're done. You're not. You're just gonna let them die in vain." She's like, "I don't want any more killing or dying and crying." And he's like, "Okay." And then-
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? And
Yeah.
apparently she
And-
said no.
yeah, and then it just cut to large guy coming in like via the parking garage.
Yeah,
of
just
this
driving
building.
through the parking garage.
Just gets out. And it's this large man who's sort of Hulk Hogan-esque.
Yes,
You know?
if he was a lumberjack.
Right. And yeah, he just like he's towering over all these dudes and just whipping ass.
Yeah,
And
and it's weird because you see him beat ass in the parking garage, and then the next shot is Richard or Sam Jones walking into the scene, like the next scene, and I'm like, was that him? Like, was he disguised as that guy?
then the lady follows him, and I was like, no, it was her.
Yeah. And you're like, what the shit? And he's like, don't worry, I brought back.
Well,
up.
he's like, oh, what are you doing here? And or something like that. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
like,
he's like, I brought backup. There's
Yeah.
my friend Bear.
Bear.
Meet Bear.
Yeah.
And the Bear just grins there like, oh, have a
I
side
can't
card.
say
Yeah,
anything.
they won't pay you for a speaking role.
Yeah.
This man was a Danish professional wrestler. I think he may not have spoken English.
Ah, that would also explain why he didn't say anything.
Okay.
But so Richard Lynch is having another board meeting of Criminal Minds, and Sam Jones cuts the power to the building.
Oh, Bear cuts the power.
That's yes, that's right.
Yeah.
They said Bear to do it.
Because again, like this guy who's just standing out there looking at them blankly, and
Yeah.
you're like, does he speak? And then he goes into the electrical / computer room,
Right.
And is just looking around, and we're like, punch computer. Like, I don't know, but he does manage to flip the right switches
Yep.
and turns the power off.
And immediately, like the fat dude from the Fight Club just starts freaking out.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
just
they also set off like for the rest of this movie, they set off that annoying klaxon like
Yeah.
sound effect thing. Just
Yeah.
that.
Well, there was one in the warehouse too, like right after they finished fucking, because Rusty hit it
Right.
like emergency alert. But yeah, it's the same alarm. You only get one alarm in L.A.
Alarm.
Yeah. So Richard Lynch sends out the rest of his goons, who all like hut single file down a hallway and down some stairs, and like Bear fights some of them, and you think murders a guy with a backbreaker, but this
Yeah.
guy's just like nah, and eventually murders Bear.
Yeah, it's a real weird shot because he picks this dude up who's like half his size, does a backbreaker over his knee, and that guy goes completely limp. And it's like, well, that guy's murdered.
Yeah.
And then it cuts away for half a second and comes back. And it's like, no, that guy's fine, and he just murdered Bear.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sam Jones is alternating between like getting his ass fucking beat by henchman number 7, or taking out one dude with a stomach punch.
Yeah,
It's
no
odd.
in-betweens.
Like, it's just like he will get his ass fucking beat, and then at the last second go, nah, enough of this, and just punch him in the face. Or another guy will run by, and he'll just stop him and punch him in the stomach, and then that dude's out. There is no in-between. There's no, like, fair fight with Sam Jones. It's
Well,
either...
the guy's just wheezing on the ground going, oh,
Yeah.
you knocked the wind out of me.
Right.
It really takes you out of it, man.
Yeah. So the fat dude's like, if the power's not back on in 30 seconds, I'm leaving. And Richard Lynch is like, hey, come
This
on,
place
have
is a
some
fortress,
drinks.
man.
It's fine.
Come on.
And then,
I think you finally hear a gunshot. They hear a gunshot distantly, and they're all like, "Fuck this, we're out of here."
we're out of here.
And he makes a phone call to somebody. He's like,
Well, Sam Jones calls him first. He just
that's
shows
right,
up on
yeah,
the speakerphone. He's like, hey, fuckface, I'm here. I'm coming for you. Blah, you know. And then Richard Lynch calls the helicopter pilot, basically.
Right.
He's like, how long to get here?
Yeah.
I need to leave right now.
Need a quick exit.
Yeah.
And then it's just weird. It's like they're done fighting, and suddenly everyone's on the roof. Like,
Yeah, they all run to the roof.
yeah. And helicopter guy's there, and then Lady Cop gets up there 1st, and somehow like she and Richard Lynch start tussling right away.
Yeah, they pair off.
Yeah.
Main
Oh,
henchman-
that's right. The main henchman is fighting Sam Jones,
Right.
and then Richard Lynch just like basically spins around and stabs her in the gut at some
Kind of,
point.
yeah.
But it's weird because they've shown her training, technically doing more quote unquote martial arts than Sam Jones supposedly does. Like
Yeah, 'cause
she's
she was
breaking
breaking boards
yeah,
and
breaking
shit.
boards and meditating and all this stuff. Whereas Sam Jones is like skipping rope while smoking nonstop, and it's
Yeah,
like
we didn't talk about the 10-minute training montage they went through.
But it's weird because like whenever it comes to actually fighting, they make her useless, despite the fact that they made her look like the most competent,
Yeah.
level-headed one of them all.
Yeah, she
But
gets stabbed in the stomach and is almost thrown over the roof.
right. Then she's just like, okay, I'm going to shoot at the helicopter guy, which he's just like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to take off, eh? And it's like,
He is.
but he doesn't like leave. He just starts like circling like 10 feet above, which is weird. I guess it's like it's deflecting bullets by just
Sure.
turning off the tail
Can't
rotor
hit
and
a
spinning
moving
around.
target,
I don't
yeah.
know, but
Sam
Yeah.
Jones is
he,
again getting his ass beat.
yeah, and then just eventually like
He's just like, oh, I could block,
yeah.
and he blocks a punch or whatever, and then he's like,
Well, no,
oh.
he ends up like somehow he blocks the guy and then like does a F5 finisher through a glass like sky roof or something.
Yes.
Sorry for the wrestling shit. It's just that they're doing a lot of dumb things like that.
and the guy falls all the way down
Yeah.
to the food court, basically.
Yeah.
So that guy is just Richard Lynch is the only one left.
Yeah.
And the helicopter comes back and just kind of hovers over where it had landed, and Richard Lynch is just like, I'm getting on, and just grabs hold of the skiff. The skid. Sorry, I'm sick. And for like, there's a shot of the helicopter taking off with Richard Lynch holding on to it, and you're like, oh God, stop the shot.
Yeah, it's weird.
I
The
would
Richard
go
Lynch
3
stunts-
feet off the ground, and that's it. And this helicopter just keeps going.
Yeah, the Richard. Even though there's something weird about the background, the helicoptering stunts still look scary.
Yes, yes, because what happens is,
Well, like an actual movie with actual humans. He jumps on. He grabs on the skids and is like, "Go!" And they immediately, like, the guy's like, all right," and flies immediately off this like 30-story building. To which now it's nothing but death below you.
Yeah.
And then realizes I don't have the upper body strength to pull myself up onto this thing. He gets like he almost starts to get one leg up, which
As you do.
which you do, but and then he just goes back to hanging out with two hands.
yeah, why the pilot doesn't fly over like one of the other skyscrapers and just give him a chance to
They all have helicopter pads on them.
Yeah.
We've seen Independence Day.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But basically, it looks like the helicopter is leaving. Like, it is off in the distance, and you see the two of them, Sam Jones and the lady.
She's like,
This fallen fox.
Ow, my stomach. He's getting away.
Yeah, and he's like, suck it up. And
No, he's not.
Yeah, right. You see his arms start to raise slowly, and then you realize, oh, he's going to attempt to shoot that helicopter, which is like a mile away now.
Right.
With a handgun.
Yes.
Not-
Towards any number of skyscrapers with lights on and everything. This is LA. Whatever. So anyway, like, the helicopter for some reason comes back.
It does.
And just dangles Richard Lynch like, hey, just get him off my helicopter.
Again, for people that don't understand, I mean, I know I make jokes and change it around all the time, but it's not Deus Ex Machina. It's Chekhov's gun. you've shown us a heat-seeking rocket launcher that was in the possession of the bad guys earlier in the movie.
Right.
Fucking hell. Like, this is the time to just look over and go, oh, hey,
Yeah.
there's the basket of guns that they were trailing earlier.
Yes.
But no, for whatever reason, just to make it semi-plausible, the helicopter is, like, doubles back.
Yeah.
And he's not the marksman.
No, he's not.
Nope.
And he just, like, does the, lethal weapon, like, one good
Closes
shot.
an eye and, aims real good and then just unloads his gun into Richard Lynch.
And I guess he shoots him one time for each major speaking line person that he killed, because
Bear doesn't get his
Bear doesn't matter. But I think he shoots him 2 or 3 times, to which he falls to his death, of course. But each shot, he's having a flash of oh, you murdered this guy, this person,
I murdered my friend Rusty Griswold and John Saxon,
and also Bear.
Right,
but he doesn't bear mentioning.
No, but yeah, Richard Lynch just falls through a car, and it's weird. Like, Sam Jones has put his arm around the lady and is like, "All right, let's get you to a hospital." And then he just takes her over to the edge of the building and just looks over to make sure Richard Lynch is dead. And then they just kind of stand there.
Like the way it was framed, I thought for some reason he was going to throw her over.
It did seem like
like, hey, I'm just leading you over the edge.
Yeah, just like he's like, let's get you some medical help, but first let's walk towards the edge. It's like, what are you doing?
No loose ends.
Yeah.
But he also, for some reason, says, "I'm so proud of you."
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
You're so good, little one. Kiss you on the forehead. You're
it's weird.
You're a sweet, creepy little girl.
Weird.
I'm Sam Jones. Yeah, it's weird, and
it
then it's over.
It ends. Does end with a freeze frame, which
Sure.
Slight bonus point for that.
Yeah, and the credits roll with some weird ass mauled calypso music.
Yeah.
It's the oddest track to
strange.
go out on, but whatever.
Mall Calypso.
It's so weird because there's a random scene in the movie that uses sexy sax, but then the sex scene doesn't. I don't know. Music.
Also, they had jaunty music when the homeless guy came up at the beginning.
Yes,
like it goes to
fucking clown music.
I was gonna say it goes to a calliope music for doopy-doopy-doo.
I was like,
hobo.
I was like, oh, is this guy supposed to be funny?
Hobo the bozo.
Is that what the music is telling us?
Yeah.
I also strangely liked that there, amongst the horrors of Hollywood Boulevard, there's a clown on stilts giving balloon animals to the kids.
Oh, and also it's a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is. There are Christmas decorations everywhere.
Maximum Force is a Christmas movie.
It is.
Mm.
That's right.
Hashtag it.
Eat your heart out, Shane Black. You didn't write Maximum Force.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
He didn't.
He didn't.
Yeah, so I guess we rate it because
Yeah.
there's not really any sort of other ancillary things that are worth noting.
No. I'll go.
All right.
I'm giving this movie 2 jocks. I think at its core, this is a decent movie. I think its execution is a bit rough. And there's 2 main flaws to this movie. One is that whatever Richard Lynch's dirty dealings are, they're all spoken. He doesn't do a single thing in this entire movie. It's just other people hype manning his evilness. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do shit. That's a terrible bad guy. It's just other people saying, fuck this guy, and it's just him having meetings and going to the kickboxing club.
I feel like, a good bad guy should, murder at least somebody themselves.
Yes.
Or order the murder of somebody.
Well, he did.
I mean, he did.
He's a saran wrap guy.
Saran wrapped him.
Yeah, okay. Saran wrap guy
But,
and lieutenant.
we never just see him do a heinous act against someone innocent. We're just told about it. So that's bad motivation. That's just someone writing that he's bad and the character never actually does anything. So that's a big gap in this movie. And the other gap in this movie is John Saxon putting together the Maximum Force Avengers and then not telling him shit. It's just hang out here and maybe you'll become a team. And they don't, especially because ninjas beat the shit out of them. And then it's just now you're a team. And it's the fuck? No, they're not. Because they ended up
You
in a
have to
defensive
lose
position
before you can win.
Yeah, it's so the 2 factors of this: the bad guy who doesn't do anything bad, and the good guy who puts the team together but doesn't give them anything to do. Those 2 things don't make any sense. But
Rusty Griswold was Agent Coulson.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So it's got moments. It's got things. There's a lot of kickboxing, although eventually that kind of just stops. For one of these, it's fine. It's It's breezy and enjoyable and not terribly offensive. 2 jocks.
Yeah.
Put that on your box.
There are a few offensive things in this.
Yes,
mostly said by Richard Lynch.
Richard Lynch, for some reason, thinks he's in a blaxploitation movie.
Yeah.
He's saying some things that aren't helpful.
Especially not in 1992. Like, I feel like we crossed the line where it's like, look, even the bad guys don't say this shit anymore.
Yeah, I think that's why none of the characters call him out on it, because they're like, dude, what year do you think this is anyway? Whatever.
I'll go. I guess I can echo the 2 jocks. I mean, it's weird because in some respects I'm tempted to go higher, and in some I'm tempted to go lower. Because like I'm not gonna lie, like even as weird and gruff and grizzled as he's being, there's something to me about Sam Jones. Sam Jones is an infinitely watchable guy on screen, even when he's doing the weird mumble voice he's doing here. But he has a few line reads that he's just like strange inflections and stuff that just keep it interesting. Sort of like that Lawrence Fishburne, John Wick thing. Like, just I'm going to have fun with the, I know it was on the page this way, but I'm going to say it weird and see if you like it or not. I just feel like he's doing that from time to time. I don't like how this is shot. That's my main complaint with this. Yeah, there's some motivation issues, like you said, pointing out that the bad guy never actually really, we don't see him do anything directly bad. And like I said, I hate movies that have insert shots with like a big name person. Like that is one of my biggest pet peeves is like getting some named actor to like stand in a room, sit in a car, something that never interacts with anybody else. Like that is just lazy and boring, and you shouldn't do that. Like it's better to not have a star in it than just insert stupid scenes like that. But yeah, I mean, there's some decent explosions, and some of it's kind of funny and fun from time to time. It's just there's a lot of filmmaking stuff that's wrong with this. Like I hate the dumb blue day for night look, except that it's night for night. Like
There's so much in there.
yeah, I mean it washes out so many things and makes it look dumb.
I mean, aside from the weird lighting choice, at least everything, you can see everything.
Yeah,
Like, this is a bright movie and I don't know if that's just the transfer that's on Amazon, but like the lights, all the lights in this movie pop for some reason.
You can see the lights, but there's so much stuff in this movie that's backlit.
Yeah.
It was starting to really bother me.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
backlit everything was.
You don't get a good look at Sam Jones for like
No,
the first
for
5
hours.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Okay.
I honestly found it pretty boring. Like, I'm not mad at it.
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, it just didn't hold my interest. Surprisingly, I didn't fall asleep during this movie, but I did pick up my phone about halfway through, and I was like, okay, well, Twitter's more interesting than this movie. I don't know. The lighting really bothered me. Sam Jones is fine. I just wish there had been, if there had been more to him, more that we had done with him, instead of trying to split this movie up into sort of 3 people that they spend 0 time on. Instead of spending like 5 minutes developing one character, they spent 0 minutes developing any. And I know we got a few minutes in the beginning, but it just
An introduction to a character is not developing a character.
right.
Because we're like, okay, who is this?
Yeah. Oh, so this is a guy.
He has a
with a
beard?
beard. Okay.
Cool.
He does surveillance. What? Okay. Now he's being shot. All right. Next. But it just, I don't know. It feels like it wastes a lot of time on inconsequential stuff and doesn't give us any character. Some of the fights are okay. The lighting is hideous. I hated it. It was somewhere between orange and yellow and blue the entire movie, and all of it was shining in our faces. I felt like, Richard Lynch was fine. He's always fine, but again, his character, it doesn't have a lot of, it's implied that he does a lot of evil stuff, but we don't see much of his evil.
Yeah. Like within 4 minutes of his character showing up in Invasion Force, he is rocket firing an entire suburb to death.
Right.
He's just like, give me that rocket launcher. He's just blowing up a neighborhood.
But this, nothing. I feel like I was going to give it 1 bags. But I think I'm going to give it 2 bags. Because talking about it made me realize how little I liked it.
Okay. That's what talking it through is supposed
Yeah.
to do.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just disappointed.
Fair enough.
Man, I guess I'm like way off from you guys because I'm going 4 jocks.
Okay.
I had a lot. Like, this is my brand of dumb, I guess. And I enjoyed dudes like blowing up from little remote control cars.
I don't
Richard
have a problem
Lynch.
with that.
Richard Lynch just threatening people even if he never really does anything, but just being slimy and bad guyish and just bad fight choreography throughout. I don't know. I guess I was just in the right mood for something like this.
Sure.
And in the beginning, I was like, all right, I think I'm in on this because this guy's just talking to himself while surveilling this thing. And then eventually just blows up a helicopter at the end and is like, all right, whatever.
Another day.
Yeah.
Back to my pest control van.
Yeah. And John Saxon like being all full of gravitas in this thing where it's just like, I found you 3 losers and I'm going to make you winners even though I'm not really going to do anything. They
Just be winners.
yeah.
I'll be back in a day.
Yeah. Here's some ninjas to beat the fuck out of you. All right, now you're ready. You know, it's just I don't know. I
The best part about that is his little dumb light show while that's going on.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck are you doing, Johnson?
yeah, I mean, this is no Rage, obviously.
Oh, no.
Like Rage is like on a whole different level, and you know, PM Entertainment in general, like a lot of their other stuff, like Hologram Man, come on, like whole other level of fun. But
Yeah, people
I guess-
died
It's so
during those
good.
movies.
I guess this one just hit me at the right time.
Yeah.
But I fully acknowledge it's not upper tier, that's for sure. But I still give it 4 jocks. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Well, let's take a break, shall we?
I'm Harlow.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
oh, damn. Wrong time.
It is. It is the wrong time. Oh, I don't think I fixed the second half one. I got to do that.
Oh, shit,
It's
that's
too,
so
it's
large.
too big.
God damn, that's
it's
big.
got to get smaller.
What?
Oh, little tiny little logo.
It's a tiny little
It's
logo.
tiny little logo.
Tiny logo. I guess I could do this, and I can just match up the sizes.
Oh, look at it sliding around. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
I'm going to match up the size.
You're going to get everybody motion sick watching the live stream.
Probably. You get to watch how the sausage is made.
Yes, they put my dog is on even more pills now.
Oh.
She has 5 different medications she's on. One of which is Viagra.
For like,
Because remember, it's
It's a blood pressure
No,
thing, right?
it's a female dog, but yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's actually using Viagra for its intended purpose, which is treating heart conditions and stuff.
Wow.
And the other one, she's on hydrocodone. So,
Oh, outstanding.
so my dog is like just
Your dog is high.
Living
and
that
yeah. My
has
best
dog is
a-
like
life.
a fucking hillbilly dude right now.
Let me guess. They all have some weird, like, don't take this within 2 hours of this and 4 hours
No,
away from that.
we just give them all to her same time.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's just like it went from like, you know, these little tiny quarter pills a day. Like one of them went from quarter pill a day to 2 full pills a day. Yeah. Dog's doing better. Like, yeah, like she
Well,
was
good.
coughing all the time because like I guess the heart
She's not coughing.
yeah, like the heart condition like, you know, put
Oh.
pressure on her chest because her heart's enlarged and all that. But
Maybe I need some Viagra.
yeah, so she would wake up in the middle of the night just coughing constantly. And we're like, all right, you need to not cough anymore, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dog's on Viagra.
my dog is on fire.
I love that children's book.
And of course, there's a part of me that's like, what would happen if I took some of this?
You'd have an erection.
Yeah, for probably too long.
Probably.
That's always worth finding out.
Mm,
Like, if I had access to Viagra, I would take one just to be like,
Let's see how
And
this
go.
goes. Yeah.
yeah.
Have the doctor on
Yeah.
speed dial.
Yeah.
Just, yo, doc,
Doc,
plus 4
Yeah.
hours.
I mean, that's
Suck
the
it.
thing. Like anything that means that there might be a large needle in my dick in a few hours.
I was gonna
kind
say.
of
yeah, that's a good
discourages
deterrent.
me from
Yeah,
getting involved with any.
I guess
of
that makes sense.
Y'all,
Here's
know
a
how, y'all
public-
don't know how to have fun.
Here's a public service announcement.
Go on.
If you encounter priapism, which is an erection lasting 4 hours or longer,
Right.
and you have to go to the hospital for it, they put a big needle in your dick
Yes,
and draw the blood out.
which is better than your dick going necrotic.
Probably.
Yes.
But
Sure.
the 2 outcomes of that are needle in your dick, dick falls off. So
That sounds pretty good.
Needle in your dick and your dick fall.
nail in your dick and the dick follow, nail in your dick and the dick. Yeah.
Or you basically fuck for 4 hours.
That's the song your dog hears after she takes all her meds.
Popping hydrocodones.
Yep. So I now have access to the drugs thanks to my dog.
Cool.
Man, that's
But
great.
that part sucks because like I can't fulfill those prescriptions through their, the dog RX.
Or you can't get them
thing.
through pet meds.
No,
1-800 pet
yeah,
meds.
Pet Care RX. It can't. None of
Oh,
that.
you mean they
Do you have
caught
to go
on
to
to that?
Do you have to go to Publix and get your dog's meds?
Walgreens, because apparently the hydrocodone, like nobody has it but Walgreens.
Oh, yeah.
Like even like we do compounding stuff because I work next door to one of those. I'm like, hey man, my dog needs hydrocodone. They're like, oh, we don't do that stuff.
Yeah, no.
I'm like,
too
you're
highly
a fucking
regulated.
compounding place. What are you talking about? They're like, oh no man.
Is hydrocodone considered? That's hard shit now.
Yeah.
I thought it was like oxycontin or oxycodone, but
It's part of the. I mean, it's an opioid. and
I
it
know.
is
I
something
thought
that
I
people,
thought like hydrocodone was like on the very low end of.
but
all
people
those.
will abuse it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And
I
they will
mean,
rob your drugstore to get it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm
so
saying I've had that before for shit.
But that drugstore also has like bars on it, and you gotta buzz yourself in or get buzzed in, all that stuff. So who knows?
Drugs are cool.
If you need some boner pills, let me know. I might know where to get some.
Stay in drugs.
Like it's called Mexico.
Don't school.
Yeah. Guess what? I have some now.
I can just get some from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need boner
But
pills.
see, that's all you do. You tell somebody asks you, well, you got to take Viagra? You're like, no, it's for my dog, dude. Come on.
My dog has a heart condition.
Ew, that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sick fuck.
All right. Now that I heard that out loud, yeah, you're right. So, did you guys watch any movies?
No.
I have one.
I have one I can mention which
Have a
might
little
draw
TV.
questions from the panel.
Okay.
Okay. Can you talk about all 43 Gojira movies that you watched?
No.
Please.
How long did that take, by the way?
That was done over a period of 5 years.
Oh, okay. So you just
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. Like just recently I watched like the third era stuff. The first two eras I had watched like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But my ratings are accurate.
Yeah. Well, I think about like how do you rank? I mean, I guess I did it with Bond, but like 43 Godzilla movies. Like how exactly do you just kind of like think about it like, all right, would I rather watch this or this?
It starts to get pretty arbitrary when you realize a lot of them are just getting like 2.5 stars.
yeah.
And you're just like, well, this had this scene or this has this monster in it, so that would get precedence over that.
Yeah, because I can't see doing it over a period of time like that. Like Bond, it was one a week, so it was easy to be like,
Yeah.
all right, what is this better than?
Even
What
with
is
the
this worse
Bonds, like
than?
the ones that are pretty good, like the mid tier, like like the middle 15.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't know. Like, is one of these more offensive than the other? I mean, none of them are Thunderball. Certainly none of them are Never Say Never Again. So, I mean, you know which ones are like the top tier, and you know which ones absolutely suck.
Oh, so Octopussy.
Yes, that
Yeah.
is the correct
That is
response.
they're Die Another Day. Those are your two worst Bond movies.
Harlow and I, complete agreement there.
Yeah.
What's your number one? Is your number one still View to a Kill?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't
Cool.
help it.
That's fine.
Childhood favorite.
It's fine. I mean,
Best Bond theme, Christopher Walken. It's awesome.
Christopher Walken did the Bond theme.
Uh-huh.
Hey, James Bond, doing things. Wow.
So they've started filming on the new one, right?
Yes. And then Daniel Craig immediately broke his leg or whatever, so now it's all fucked. Yeah, because they had like a live stream from
Oh, that was
Bermuda.
that was the most worthless thing I've ever seen in my life.
Here's a picture of
Look, we're at
Rami
we're
Malek,
at
who's our villain.
Golden. It actually is called Goldeneye, right? Isn't that the
I
name?
guess.
I
Yeah, they
think
were
that's
at whatever dude's.
Ian Fleming's place. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, we're filming now, and there's no title.
Mm.
Here we go. And then
Yeah.
like the next day, Daniel
Who's
Craig.
directing?
Here's some people. Is Sam Mendes not back?
No,
No?
it's a person.
Good. I like people.
Should probably ask who's writing it after Spectre.
This guy.
That guy.
The guy who directed the first season of True Detective.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, Carrie Fukunaga or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Naga. Not gonna work here anymore.
Yes. He is directing it.
Okay.
It is written by people who wrote all the other ones
Oh no.
and a couple ladies.
I hope it starts with like them going, yeah, he's still in a coma from when they drilled into his brain.
I'm telling you, man.
And that last third of Spectre didn't happen.
I would obviously they're not doing that because they've cast another bad guy, but yeah, everything after that is a goddamn fever dream of him just shooting a gun at a tank and the whole facility exploding and him just kind of looking at it like that scene in American Psycho where it's just like, did I do that? What? It's like, no, I think you're out of your mind because you had your brain drilled.
Yeah. Man, Spectre went off the fucking rails by the end.
Sure did.
Still has one of the best openings.
Oh yeah, the whole Day of the Dead thing.
I think
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I don't remember anything from Spectre except for that opening.
Yeah, that opening's rad. I don't remember much else.
There's the Batista chases him.
Oh,
then they
yeah,
had the fight
yeah.
on the train.
Batista's
that was
real good
pretty
in it.
good.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess I'll have to watch that again.
I should just watch all the cold opens and rank the cold opens.
That would be fun.
Octopussy would rank pretty high.
Yeah.
Because that cold open's like the best part of the movie.
So would Moonraker. Moonraker's the parachute
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where he's chasing Jaws through the.
Mm-hmm.
That's an awesome scene.
Which one's the one where he's skiing and all the dudes in black pop out of nowhere?
That's a View to a Kill.
Yeah. I just mean
While they
it's-
play California Girls.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I just mean it's one of the goofiest things. It's like, where were you hiding?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of skiing in that era, in the Roger Moore era.
Yeah, well,
Bond movies.
He probably liked to ski and was just like, hey, what if we do an opening over here? I don't know why he talks like that.
Not how Roger Moore sounded at all.
No.
Let's do a second.
But yeah, it's been long enough. I need another Bond movie.
Yeah, I almost attempted it about a year ago. I cracked open the Blu-rays and watched Dr. No and got a better appreciation of Dr. No, but just was blown away by the quality of that transfer.
Yeah.
Like looking at Dr. No on that Blu-ray was just, holy God, it looks so good. I'd never seen it look that good before.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they'll still be able to put out a 4K at some point.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they
I'll
will
probably buy it.
by the time Bond 25 comes
They've
out.
done the Craig ones in 4K discs now. I
Really?
think all of them, yeah.
Boy, I bet those
Or maybe they've started some of the others. I don't know.
the Brosnan ones are going to look great. All that shitty CG in 4K is
yeah.
going to look great.
Yeah.
That-
God, but it's just
Wait till you see
they'll never
Madonna in leather in 4K.
but they'll
It's
ne-
the same thing.
they'll never top that 50th anniversary box set.
No.
That whole box set is just fucking immaculate, a amazing piece of design, and nobody cares about that shit anymore.
Nope.
The next
Or
one-
or they'll charge like $500, and someone like me will be like, "Yeah, if they did as good a job on this as they did on that one, I'll get it."
It's going to be a thumb drive in a foil packet.
You know.
It'll
I
just
know.
be a box with a code in it to digitally download them.
I mean,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, I'm so glad I own that set
Yeah.
because like that thing is just like all the details inside, like the way that they do the years, and they have all the Bond girls like posing for for the section of each movie that it is. It's fucking awesome.
I mean, let's be real. Blu-rays and DVDs and all that, it's still just digital, right? So it is going to go to something not disc-based. We probably will start getting thumb drives of like
Yeah.
super uncompressed versions of the movies or whatever. How cool would it be if it's like a Walther PPK, you pull the trigger and the USB thing comes out?
Okay, I'd pay
I'm saying like you could
something
do
dollars for that.
cool shit like this. They can make custom USB drives that are the thing. You can do just as much cool stuff.
Absolutely.
I'd buy that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's work on
Plus,
making
plus, I
one.
mean, it's just that would be so very much like the opening of a movie, just like not a bullet coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
Oh
to,
yeah,
it has
okay.
to do that.
Yes, of course.
Yep.
All right, what's this?
No, that was our second half. We're done. Let's go.
All right, welcome back.
Hey!
Yeah.
Second half.
BMFcast.
Hey.
Half number 2.
Hey. All right, who's got stuff that's new-ish?
Oh.
I watched something newish.
Okay.
I watched a superhero movie.
Uh-oh.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay, I was
Oh,
going to
nice.
say we've never talked about superhero movies.
No,
Let's do
no.
this.
Man, that movie's almost too much by the end, but in a good way. Like,
I'm telling you, only because it's been my experience. Like Scott Pilgrim, it's only getting better every time I watch it.
yeah.
Because I just
I can see that.
was not prepared.
No, I mean, that is on a filmmaking level, that movie is utterly unique and daring in ways that I'm like shocked they let them do that. But also, like, on a sheerly technical level, makes me realize like how much things have changed in 3D animation since I was doing it. Because holy fuck, some of the things they do in that movie, I'm just like, you don't do that because they go, no, that's going to take months to actually do right. Where if you do it the other way, it'll take like a day.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, nah, fuck it. We're
right.
going absolutely nuts. And there's some stuff where I'm just like, I don't even know how you build this. I look at the models and I go, I don't know how you build this to do this thing that this movie does with it. Like it's, yeah, it and not to mention, I mean, the story is fantastic and actually works with everything they're trying to do with it. You know, like it's on paper, you're like, wait, there's a bunch of Spider-Men and but it all works, and it all has the weight and the hero's journey and all, like everything that you're going to want in one of these movies is in there.
Yeah.
But I can see why a lot of people were put off by some of the animation choices, especially early on. I could not get used to them using like a doubled blur thing in the foreground characters that made it look like you were watching like the 3D version without the glasses on.
Oh yeah.
Characters in the foreground had that, and I kept going, did this misrender, but is this intentional? But then, you know, it happened enough times I was like, okay, this is intentional if they're doing it this way, but like it took me a while to get used to that. But I love like the dot gain,
Yeah, the offset printing
Yeah.
errors and things like that. Yeah.
all of the stuff that they use to texture everything in that movie. But
I liked that foreground sort of double blur thing because it's like what something looks in the foreground when you're like, if you put your hand sort of in front of your face and look, 10 feet ahead, your hand looks like it's super double blurred. I really liked that. That was just one of those little things that I noticed and I thought was super charming.
I like that the soundtrack is pretty unique and awesome, and,
Yes.
and most of it. Some of it's not great, but there is one track on there. It's just a certified fucking banger, and it's in the movie for like 3 seconds. It's the one that I don't know if it's supposed to be Genki, his roommate, is listening to when he walks in, but they never give him a name, his roommate. But yeah, it's just like that song. If you listen to the actual song, it's like holy shit! Like this has no business being in a fucking kids Spider-Man movie.
yeah, but that like everybody said, that movie's fantastic. And I'm just like, it's still like, it's one of those, I'm amazed that they were allowed to make all the choices they made filmmaking wise to put that movie together.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out too. I mean, that's the amazing thing too. Is
I mean,
that
to
it's
do-
like,
yeah.
to
To do
roll
the
the dice,
doubled
like,
frames thing,
yeah.
like that they let them do that. I guess Lego Movie gave them a little leeway to do something like that, where it comes off as a slightly stiffer animation style, but yeah. And everyone they cast is really good. Like, you don't think about voice acting in terms of like actual acting, but there are so many moments, like the way Shamik Moore plays that character that has to be so hard to play that way in a booth when you're not necessarily playing it off of anyone else, and just so many of the interactions and the naturalistic ways that he's delivering stuff is really, 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 really good.
Yeah, Brian Tyree Henry's really good too.
I didn't even recognize him.
I know it's like he's so good in that too.
Yeah. I plan to watch that many more times, and I actually do regret not seeing that in 3D, even though I don't know how that would play. Like, I think it might be too frenetic to watch in 3D, but I still would like to have seen it in 3D just for so many of like the visuals that they have, and like the very end, like the big battle at the end, there is so much going on that I just don't know how they animated all of it. is the only way I can put it. Like, just so many things that they do in that. I'm just like, how did you do this? Like, how? Aside from hand drawing over it for every single frame, which is a nightmare on its own. But yeah, fantastic movie.
Yeah. I'm not trying to jump on other than it's related, so I will go ahead and talk about it. Just in my boredom / kind of wanting to take this journey again, I basically over the long weekend watched all of Phase 1 Marvel again.
Oh God.
Or MCU, I
jeez.
should say. I think I might have said something similar to this, but I feel like the more I'm coming back to it, I'm feeling with more conviction. I think the best action sequence in all of the Marvel movies is the first Avengers movie. Look, don't get me wrong, the moments in something like Endgame there are certainly higher highs, but there is something to be said about the focused nature of like just watching 6 people wreck shit versus like, oh, we have to give a little bit of time to 28 different people.
Yeah.
Like, there's something so focused and beautiful about the end of that movie that I think is like, it's the best thing, in my opinion, all of Marvel. Like, I don't think movie as a whole, I just mean that sequence is more satisfying than any other ending they've ever done. Because it's your first like catastrophic event. You're, like I said, you're focusing on such a few amount of people, and I just think it works the best.
Well, and they also said it where it's the first time they all click together as well.
Yeah.
And actually start working as a team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's weird. Like I think the Phase 1 is probably, if it weren't for Iron Man 2, I could almost definitively say it's my favorite section, just by and large, of all of Marvel. Even though I think there are other movies that I really like in the other ones. I mean, Winter Soldier's amazing, both Guardians movies, but like the fact that I have love for Thor, helps a lot because like Incredible Hulk to a degree. I mean, Iron Man 2 and Incredible Hulk are your 2 weakest links there easily. Yeah. By a long shot. And I keep wavering on Iron Man 2. I still can't figure out if it's a good movie or not. Like it's weird. Like last time I watched it I was like, "Oh, it's not as bad as I remember." Now this time I'm like, it's not great.
There's a lot of missed opportunities in it.
I mean, that's a writer strike movie, right? Isn't that one of those ones where they had to lock it?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I want to say
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought maybe that's what I've
That
always
would have been
perceived
like
that movie's problem to be.
2010 era, I guess.
Yeah, it came out in 2010.
Yeah.
We actually did a spoil cast on it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I keep flip-flopping on my opinions of Iron Man 2. I think it's because I keep seeing things like hot takes or whatever. I don't know, just opinion pieces on things, and it's like, yeah, that as a introduction piece for a character that ultimately becomes, pretty important. It's not a great way to introduce Black Widow.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean, I get it because like part of her powers, if you are her feminine wiles, but it's like there's a lot of gross shit in that movie, and then it's like it also doesn't do any favors because like it's making Iron Man look more gross, and I mean, in a way, like I feel like his actions that he does in Iron Man 2 towards Natasha would be more apt from Iron Man 1. Like he hadn't finished his journey into superhero, but it's like by the second sequel, it's like, dude, that kind of shit should be out of your system. Like you basically have a relationship with Pepper now. Like, like this is, it's just weird. It feels like that movie, like re-rhyme. Like.
Well, and I think a lot of people are bothered by it because it basically takes Demon in the Bottle and makes it one scene in the movie, which is kind of like one of those stories that a lot of people are like, oh, that's an important Iron Man story. And
does he fight his drinking in that?
He gets drunk in that one scene and then fights with Rhodey, and it's like
that scene is fucking atrocious.
Yeah, that scene is bad stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's good themes in it and there's bad themes in it because like his the thing that's saving him also killing him, like all that's really good. It's just,
and people, people don't like the whole Batman Returns thing where it's Sam Rockwell is the Max Schreck of that movie, where it's like he's the actual bad guy, and then the other one's doing all the more entertaining stuff. It's just it doesn't always work, and I usually love Sam Rockwell, but it's kind of like that one falls somewhat flat.
He's overdoing it in that movie, and I never thought I would say that. Like, I like Sam Rockwell just going for it, but in that movie, it just seems like he's shouting and screaming and trying to keep up with an unknown force He's like, I must maintain the same acting level as someone who's not in this movie. It's like I'm not sure.
I forgive it only because like him doing his Stark Expo presentation, trying to top Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah.
There's something great about the whole like
so-
copycat nature of
It's
him.
so fucking good because, like, you know, he flies out of the fucking sky to AC/DC, surrounded by dancers and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then he comes out doing his Sam Rockwell dance, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck you doing, dude?"
Yeah.
And then he like tries to drop a joke, and it's just like you hear like, it's just, and he's like, "All right, ready, roll it." It's, that scene is fucking brilliant. In juxtaposition to the first one, but. I don't know. Yeah. But also, there's the weird scene where he's in the hangar and he meets Whiplash for the first time. You know, and it's like he has like bronzer on his hands. Like rewatch that scene. It's so weird. It's like he doesn't look particularly overly tan compared to normal Sam Rockwell.
Right.
But it looks like he has like bronzer all over his hands, like the palm of his hands. It's so fucking weird. Like I was just like I noticed that because like
Maybe that's
it's
a weird character trait where he's just like, I just want my palms tan.
But like it's like this all white, brightly lit hangar with a white tablecloth and everything, and it's just like, what's with your palms, dude? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to keep talking about those. It's just like I said, it's a thing I decided to do. I almost started Phase 2 with Iron Man 3 because I fucking love Iron Man 3, but I was like, no, good place to stop for now.
Yeah, man. If it wasn't for Thor: The Dark World, Phase 2 would be like
Phase 2 would be
all
really
hits.
solid. Yeah.
Well, actually, in Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron's super growing on me. It really is, like, I've given more time.
There's a few I need to rewatch, but that's a long journey to go down.
Age of Ultron's
Yeah.
worth another look.
Iron Man, I really want to rewatch only for like all the people that helped Tony along the way that I'd kind of forgotten about. You know, like there was one post on Twitter about it, about the one guy who basically saves him in the cave.
Yeah.
How that dude basically saved the universe.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So that stuff's cool, and I'd like to revisit that. But
Yeah.
there's plenty of things I'd like to revisit at this
Man,
point.
rewatching Iron Man 1 now, fuck, there's so much shit that hits so much harder.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, fuck, I don't know. I'm getting into spoiler territory, and I still don't want to be that guy. Even though it's, at this point, Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
Yeah.
if you've just been off the internet, like,
Yeah.
But anyway.
It must be nice to be in
I
your
just-
world.
like, but yeah, I just, like, there's so many fucking callbacks that it's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 That's kind of what, like, that's what started. I was like, I really need to watch this again now. Like, and then I was like, all right, let's go, keep going.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
So while I've been sick, I rewatched a bunch of just comfort food movies, but I did watch one movie for the first time. I watched Hot Rod for the first time.
Oh, you watched that, right?
I had never seen Hot Rod before.
Oh
Wow.
man,
That's
cool beans.
that has a special place in BMFcast
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
That was the movie we watched after we watched Wicker Man.
That was back when
That
we
was
could
the
like take an
palate
entire afternoon
sure,
/
yeah.
evening and
Yeah.
watch a 2.5 hour movie, podcast it for 14 hours, and then watch another movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie is mostly great. I mean, I think Popstar is better.
I don't agree there. I really don't. But I mean, I think it's a having when you having seen them thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there's a handful of scenes in Hot Rod that play like that fucking sketch on Saturday Night Live where they just keep shooting each other and falling down, where it's just like
Oh God, that sketch is so good.
I love that sketch.
Really?
yeah, I just okay, this is what my brain did all throughout Hot Rod was like 20 minutes in and they all they ring the bell and they all just start making the bell noise and it goes on for 5 minutes. I'm like, people are walking out of the theater right now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
People are leaving people are looking at each other like, the fuck is this, and leaving the theater. There are 2 or 3 moments like that in the film where I'm just like, man, I get it. I get what you're doing, but this is like some Tim and Eric bullshit.
To me, Hot Rod is everything Freddy Got Fingered wanted to be done absolutely right.
Well, that may be true.
I just mean it is like almost like down to the wire because, like, you know, what's his face might as well be Rip Torn.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
literally like, it's like, hey,
What,
look,
Ian McShane?
yeah, there you go.
Yes.
I was like, fucking guy from Deadwood. Fucking, what's his name? Oh, no, Frank. I'm gonna fix your art so I can kick your ass. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like Freddy Got Fingered.
Well,
but-
I love how that escalates through the film because he's just like, I'm going to save your life and then murder you.
God, I love that movie so
And the
much.
scene where they're walking down the street is still just like,
And the
oh my
riot-
god,
the riot happening?
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
Is that it?
That escalated. Oh
Yeah,
man,
that-
that got out of hand.
Or Bill Hader just called him like, "Hey man, can you take me to the hospital?" Turned fucking shard in his face.
He says
It's so
something.
good.
He says something to the girl at the diner stand. Or no, he comes back. He's like, "Hey man, you seen that bathroom? That bathroom's crazy." It's like it's just some bathroom at a fucking roadside diner, and that's how he comes back in. There are so many little touches in that film that are really great. It's just there are one or two things where I'm like, okay, guys, come on, your self-indulgence is really out of control at this bit. But I mean, like, I laughed at how ridiculous the Cool Bean scene kept getting,
Yep.
and then it was just like, man, there are some people who finally gave up at this point. We're just like, no, fuck this movie, and we are leaving. Fuck all these idiots. So I don't know. Like I said, it's mostly great.
So to dovetail off to that, I have to mention, because it's yet another thing Netflix released and then went, good luck.
Uh-huh.
The unauthorized Bash Brothers thing, that's the Lonely Island thing on Netflix. It's 30 minutes.
Have you seen it?
Go watch it. I've watched it twice already.
Jeez.
It's great.
I wanted to watch that the other day, but Pam didn't seem interested in it. Twitter went nuts about it for about 9 minutes,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard a peep about it since.
It's absolutely.
Is it one of
fucking
those 1 hour deals?
No, it's a half an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's it?
it's just half an hour. It's easy, breezy,
Okay.
and stupid. Absolutely stupid. It's like all these pretentious, like hair blowing in the breeze shots, and it reaches this crescendo in the pretentiousness of it that is just fucking glorious. Like there's just one moment where I was like, all right, I surrender. This is the funniest goddamn thing.
Well, I've spent some time on Netflix over the last week, and I haven't watched them yet, but I did add two things to my list thanks to Netflix showing them to me.
Okay.
Being like, here are new things. One is, and I fucking don't remember the name of this one already, but it's like a kid's time travel movie, but it has like this dark.
The one with Michael Ironside?
No,
No,
I know which one you're talking about.
It's like teenagers build like
the
a
one that
time machine.
They act like the one they act like it's directed by Spike Lee, but it's not.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like she and her friend build a time machine, but then her brother gets shot by the cops.
Yeah.
And they make it their mission to go back in time to stop it from happening, but they keep fucking it up, and they have to do it like an infinite number of times. It's such a weird, like, oh, this is a dark movie with a message, but also it's a fun time travel thing.
Yeah.
So I saw that trailer and was like, yeah, okay, maybe I should watch that. And then there's this other movie that just basically looks like Stranger Things, but an alien invasion. I think it's called Rim of the World, where it's just like kids go to camp, and while they're at camp, aliens invade and fuck everything up. It's directed by McG, which I don't know, but the trailer looked good enough to be like, yeah, I'm going to watch this as soon as I have a free moment.
Well, McG is always one of those guys where it's like, people I think want to hate him because his name's fucking McG, but
That's a
I feel
big
like
thing, yeah.
he's okay. Like
Yes.
I mean, like Brett Ratner's bad.
Yeah.
McG is like serviceable. Like he can direct a movie and bring it in a budget, and sometimes it will be okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But Brett Ratner's like this is most likely going to suck kind of sign.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I really hate the second Charlie's Angels movie, but I stupidly like the first one. It's my kind of brand of stupid.
I think the first one is mostly fine.
The second one is just awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, those are two things that are on Netflix that
Okay.
caught
are,
my
are they
eye.
both like Netflix original
Yes.
things? Like only place you can get them?
Yes.
Okay.
And one replaced the other as like the debut, like you log into Netflix and that's the trailer. So
Okay.
like I'm glad I added the first thing to my list because whatever it is, I've already forgotten the name of it.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call it Clock Stoppers, which that's not what it is.
I mean, there's so many. It's so weird. Like I follow Lonely Island stuff. Like I had no idea this thing was going to be a thing, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, it's on YouTube. Go watch it now. And I was just like, but I literally follow you on like YouTube and stuff. And yeah, like later that day they were like, hey, here's like a song or two from the thing to let you be aware of it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird. Stealth dropping these things. I mean, maybe some people knew ahead of time, but I didn't for sure.
The chat says it's called See You Yesterday, which is what it's called.
Okay.
It looks interesting. I'll
Report
report back later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, I could watch that.
It's weird how many Netflix productions are like subtle sci-fi. Like it just seems like there's this new wave of like it's mostly just a normal movie, but there's a tinge of sci-fi in it. We're not going to go crazy with like special effects or anything, but it's like it's not really just a straight drama. Like Netflix doesn't seem to have much interest in making just a straight drama or a straight comedy. It's always like it's a gimmick, like from here's a comedy troupe thing or another goddamn Adam Sandler thing, or or it's a sly sci-fi movie of some kind. So I don't know. I mean, Sci-Fi Channel isn't making sci-fi movies anymore, so
Nope.
someone's gotta.
So you dig around on your phone over there. Do we have some correspondence we need to look at?
Sure.
Yeah, we do? Okay.
Yeah, we got a few.
All right.
Chuck looks. He's like,
Looks
wait,
perplexed.
what?
I didn't sign
We
up for
haven't-
correspondence.
we
I'm
haven't
dying.
shown him in a
over
while.
here.
Don't worry.
Chuck says-
Bronchitis.
I'll make it quick.
I'm over it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're finally healed.
I'm healed. Yeah, I laughed out my bronchitis.
Yeah, good.
Perfection.
Yeah, good, because our first email is from Eric Ray.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Says,
the king.
This one's called Weird Enough to Consider. Hey, team. Eric here. Just finished watching Time Under Fire. It doesn't come with the same recommendation level that I gave to Monolith. Seriously, you guys need to watch Monolith, but it's weird enough to consider. Start with Sub-Commander Jeff Fahey and politician Bryan Cranston. Then add John Connor, Jeff Fahey, and Emperor Palpatine Bryan Cranston. Complete with Robo Jeff Fahey and Terminator Bryan Cranston. Mixed with Bermuda Triangle time travel, undersea submarine battles, an army of clones, the music from Stargate, and flashback after flashback after flashback. Flashbacks slow down the beginning, but it's pretty entertaining in a weird way. There's a forbidden keyword on IMDb, but I think it's only threatened or happens off screen, at least in the edited for YouTube version that I watched. I also happened to watch Split Second recently. That was Rutger Hauer fighting Venom and needing bigger guns. What a terrible name for a great flick. Anyway, thanks for doing your thing, except for my Kmart S4000 Pong home console. Eric, P.S. Seriously, watch Monolith.
What was the name of the movie he was suggesting?
We'll just look up Jeff
Time
Fahey.
Under Fire.
Time Under Fire.
Starring Jeff Fahey and Bryan Cranston.
I was going to say, you probably
Sounds
want to
like
look
there
at
were
Bryan
6
Cranston.
Jeff Fahey's and 7 Bryan
Robo
Cranstons.
Jeff Fahey, Terminator Jeff Fahey.
Yeah,
What year is this movie?
1997.
Oh.
Mm.
Had Malcolm in the Middle even started at that point?
I don't think so.
I believe it had.
So it's super young Bryan Cranston. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Roger Corman joint.
Yeah.
Mm.
He'd been in a couple of Roger Corman movies.
And we watched, Split Second. That was what, episode 26, I think?
That was one of those weird things that I'm pretty sure I saw in a theater somehow and just stuck in my craw for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Saw that in the video store days. If there's a good transfer out there, I would watch that again.
What, Split Second?
Yeah.
Are these all transfers are bad, huh?
I just, if there was like a shiny new transfer of it, I would.
Okay.
Can't always
Monolith
get
and
what you
Time
want.
Under Fire.
Yeah.
We will consider these things.
Mm-hmm.
We'll consider them.
Oh, yeah, we didn't make an announcement when we said we
No,
were going
wait,
to make an
hang
announcement.
on. I'm getting
Did
there.
we? Oh, I thought you said the end of the first half.
You're right, it did.
Yeah, well, I have a good segue for that
Okay.
in the emails.
Oh, that's great.
So you can edit this part out so that we can get to it.
Yeah, edit this part out.
There you go. We also got an email from Adam who said, guys, the passage where Keanu and Common have that quiet gunfight is near the World Trade Center Memorial in the financial district in Manhattan, near my office. When I first visited, it was around the time that scene was filmed, and there were no video screens, stores, or colored lighting, so it looked like pretty much what you see in the movie. Adam, P.S. BMFcast High School football rules. And he sends a picture of that very cool-looking terminal thing.
Okay.
And I believe he also sent a picture of the Continental because he was right
Oh,
outside
right.
of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, living in New York, you get to see all those John Wicky places.
Wiki.
Yes. John Wiki, the website that
That's
tells you
nothing,
all
man.
about John Wick.
It's really just a big list of the people that he's killed at
Yes.
this point.
It's a big list.
You see cooler stuff going to Atlanta once a year. Like, oh, that's where they shot that scene in Baby
Not
Driver.
for long.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get them in good now and
Fuck you, Georgia.
never again.
Also, we got a random YouTube comment.
I flagged that because it was a rare positive comment.
Yeah, it's like a positive.
what?
Somehow, our surviving the game one keeps getting I don't know how people keep picking up that surviving the game video.
Because they're looking for the movie.
Well, it was dormant for a long time.
It's true.
All of a sudden, people are back.
Yeah.
So maybe it's been on cable or something lately.
Maybe.
I don't know. Space Wolf Riff Free or Die said, which is a good name.
It is a pretty good
said, for the record, this is actually the greatest movie of all time. Mason is an original real bad motherfucker. That said, these BMF's pun game is top notch. Lol. So thanks, Space Wolf Riff or Die. Riff Free or Die.
Riv free or not?
Riff
Riff.
Free
Okay.
or Die.
Riff.
Space Wolf.
Space Wolf? You sure he didn't misspell
Space Wolf.
Yif?
No.
Yif free or die?
Free.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right. Last email here. It's from Michael from Munich, who says, a Force movie for Force Month. Hey-o. Despite being too late to recommend something for Force Month, I will do so anyway. The movie is Force, 5. It's Robert Klaus kind of ripping off his own movie Enter the Dragon and mixing it with something akin to the A-Team. Some badass motherfuckers team up and kick some ass. Compared to Enter the Dragon, it's crap. But then again, it's colorful and silly, has decent action, and occasionally is straight up ridiculous in the right way. In short, a delight. Also would like a shirt if you have a size medium. Peace out, Michael from Munich.
Oh, I need to get on that.
Well, Michael, we
Yeah.
might have some good news for you.
Yeah, force majeure is over.
Yeah.
Terribly sorry.
Did you guys like Force Majeure?
Force majeure was okay.
Was
I mean,
it okay?
it was kind of unavoidable.
I think on balance we did pretty well.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it's sad it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad.
But
But
what are you guys thinking about doing Force Majeure?
I like it. Let's do it.
Good, because we are. Another month of Force movies.
All right.
yes,
And I'll take a look at Force 5 and see if that should
yes.
fall on the list, because like the other 8 movies all have Sam Jones in them.
Oh no.
So we'll see.
But yeah.
Sam June.
Any more Richard Lynch? Any more Richard Lynch forcing
Probably.
his way into the month?
Yes.
I like it.
Force majeure.
Majune.
He's off force majeure.
It's the dumbest thing. But whatever. Force movies are all right.
Yeah,
We've done dumber.
we've had a good ratio lately.
Yeah.
I bet you guys can't wait till the 4th of July.
I can't believe you just gave that away. You son of a bitch. You blew it all up.
Wait, was that a thing? We were actually doing that?
No.
But we could.
Can't now. We
yeah.
do
No,
it.
no, just edit that out. Nobody watches the live stream. These people are
we
cool
get
people.
like
They're
50 views a live
all
stream.
their
You never
people
know.
are gonna
They're not
tell
going to tell
everybody now.
everybody.
Yeah, no.
They will.
47 people are going to snitch.
People will go out and record their Force of July thing right now. And then,
So and so reacts to the BMFcast live stream. What?
yep.
I hate to say it, but I would like for us to be getting that level of notice.
I would like it
that
for
we would
about a
get-
week.
That we would get reaction videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead, it's probably people just screaming at their monitors in their basement.
Do people still do reaction videos?
Oh, unfortunately,
Fuck.
yes.
I guess I've algorithmed myself away from those.
Oh yeah,
I
I
just
all
never-
electronics
I
and
never
woodworking
see
and
any.
chemistry.
It's for everything.
I end up like looking. I'm just looking for a thing. Like, oh, that new trailer hit, and it's like, where's the trailer? I have to scroll through like so and so reacts to such and such.
Fucko 420 reacts to Godzilla trailer.
Well,
I don't think I do as much exploring YouTube as you guys do.
It's
'cause
not
I don't
exploring.
get-
It's just typing in Godzilla trailer, and it's
Yeah.
it's
Are y'all
one of the-
searching on YouTube or on?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I search on the Googles
Oh.
first. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
try to accurize my results.
Yeah.
Accurize.
Is that the weather service?
That's AccuWeather, you numpty.
All right.
Those are those disposable contacts, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
AccuRise.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
so anyway, if people want to react to us via email or phone call, how
Yeah.
can they do that?
they could send us an email to bmf@bmfcast.com or give us a call on the Garfield phone 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Or if
Or-
they want to get in touch with us on any of the other socials, they can go to bmfcast.com, and there are a bunch of buttons on the right-hand side that will take you everywhere that they want to go. Take them everywhere they want to go.
Everywhere the buttons want you to go,
Yes.
we'll take you.
Yes, exactly. Also, don't forget our Patreon, patreon.com/BMFcast. That is how we make our money, what little we make to keep everything going and to buy us fancy cars and swanky suits. And if you tune in the live stream, you'll see all the wonderful things that we've bought for ourselves, like literally nothing.
A couple
More
of these mics
movies.
we've talked into. Have
More
been-
movies
Chairs,
that we give away.
movies.
Yep.
Yeah, movies. Check out our eBay site. I believe there's a link on the website. We will put
Yes.
up movies from time to time, and all of our proceeds go to the National Center for Missing The National Center for Missing
The National Center for Missing and Exploited
Yeah,
Children.
the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You looked at me like I did it wrong again.
No, that's right.
Not a single dollar of anything that we make on eBay goes back into our pockets. It all goes to the kids, because BMFcast for the kids.
100%.
And also, check out the Discord. Pop in the Discord. Click the button. Go to the set up a little account and hang out with us and chat while we're bored during the workday, trying to avoid getting our jobs done and all that. We got a bunch of channels. We got spoiler channels and channel for weebs and politics channel, video games, wrestling,
Anything you like,
pets.
there's a channel for it.
If you don't like the channels we have,
We're kind of generous with our channels. We're like, here, let's see. You guys talk about shit over here too.
yeah.
I think that was more to keep some stuff we didn't care about out of the main channel.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but it provides a focused discussion area.
Sure.
It's like a forum, only more free form. But we also as channels go, there are plenty of Discords with way more
Oh, yeah.
that are way hard to keep up with.
We have a good selection of channels. You should check them out.
Yeah. Check out the Jam Zone.
That's got music in it.
It does.
I don't
And
know why that was so
crushed.
funny.
Fruits
Yes.
mixed with sugar and gelatin.
No gelatin. That'd be jelly.
My mistake.
Yeah.
It's got to be jam, because jelly don't shake like that.
Well, if we're done with preserves talk and stuff, should we get out of here?
Yes.
I'm Arlo.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. We will see you next time. Till then,
Check out the Jam Zone.
stay fresh, cheese bags.
Come contribute to our playlist called Boner Jams 2019.
Oh, you missed everything, Steve. We missed you.
Aw, Steve.
Aw, Steve.
Oh,
really? Did
Steve.
Steve just show up?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
pulling the Kyle. Stay full the Kyle.
Yeah, where the hell's Kyle?
Steve's been so busy with schooling and
Being a kid,
yeah.
making his way in the world today.
I know. Being able to
It takes
sleep,
everything you got.
Does.
being able to sleep for the night and not wake up in pain.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
what's that
remember
like?
those days.
Enjoy it, Steve.
You ever roll out of bed
Yeah.
and something just cracks?
Oh yeah, that's called morning.
Mackie's dog's on fucking Viagra.
Yes. And
So-
hydrocodone.
So enjoy it while you can, Steve.
yeah.
I'm not mad at you, Steve.
Enjoy knowing that you might have a future, Steve.
Yes, Steve.
Steve. Just remember to vote and contribute to your 401k.
No, you'll never see
No,
that
don't do
money,
that.
Steve.
Just blow that shit.
Just
on
spend it
hookers
all.
and
Spend
blow.
it now that you've got it.
Spend it all
Do all
right
the,
now.
Do all the blow before it expires.
Do not save a single penny.
Not one penny goes
Order
into a
dessert.
savings.
Order 3 drinks with every meal.
Apps and zerts.
Tip the waiter or waitress.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Yep.
Crim motherfucking
You
brulee.
can't take it with you.
Eat that shit.
But
Put some in our Patreon.
wear sunscreen.
Oh yeah.
Not because you have not so that you don't worry about skin cancer, but so that you don't burn and are miserable in the present.
True.
That's good advice.
Burns are bad.
Yeah. none of us will live long enough for skin cancer. Just
No. Or it all comes at once. Just one day we walk
Yeah.
outside and it's just like,
flap. 3,000 degrees of skin cancer.
yep.
Mm.
Our RoboCop future is coming shortly.
Man, that'd be fucking awesome.
Congratulations on Unclehood. I know that you did nothing to make that happen, but congratulations nonetheless.
Wow.
What?
Nothing.
Let's
Nah.
get out of here, shall
Yeah,
we?
no, we did that already.
I'm Harbco.
We can leave.
I'm slacking.
I'm seriously might go
Sally.
watch that Bash Brothers thing. It's really fucking good.
I guess you liked it.
Yeah.
It's
short.
quick. Yeah.
30
I will
minutes, that's a
probably
good length.
watch an episode of Sabrina when I get home.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, Kieran and Shipka can act a little bit.
Who? What? Huh?
Kieran and Shipka from Sabrina,
Oh.
The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Was that the
Don Draper's
John
kid.
Draper's kid?
Yep.
Yeah.
The good one. The one that didn't suck.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they just kept replacing, was the kid Bobby? Yeah.
You just a boy. Poor little feller.
All right, I'm assuming you did shut off comments on No Quarters. Okay.
I did.
So I can clear out all of the,
Sick.
Oh, the comments are dead too. I killed him. I killed him.
yeah, they needed to die.
I killed him. I just wish we could make it where it didn't say comments off by comments off or whatever.
Yeah,
fucking
I
it's,
know. That sucks.
I don't know. I think it's from our stupid fucking theme. We just need to redo that shit.
Yeah,
We need to find a
we also
WordPress
had a message
guru.
about the theme for BMFcast being outdated or something.
Oh.
We had an email about that.
It's okay. We need to find someone who really knows fucking WordPress.
I know. I wanted to get deep into that, but I don't have the time anymore.
Yeah. I need to try my hand at the multi-site again because I think I realized, I think I know part of what the problem is. Why it wasn't pulling pages. I think our PHP versions were different. And I was trying to import the same theme, which does not work on newer PHP. Blah blah blah. Tech garbly gook. Got to open a socket, Chloe. God damn it.
Yeah, all that stuff. All right.
Open a socket, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night, Internet.
We're doing Doctor Who on Monday, right?